Lake TV's High School Game of the Week is brought to you by Lake Regional Health System, Burger Smokehouse, Rick Ball, Ford Lincoln in Sedalia, IV, Polylift Boat Lifts, Yacht Club Power Sports, Chances Are, Crown Power and Equipment, El Espelon, Lake Collision Auto Repair, Captain Ron's, Eldon Family Furniture, and Econo Lodge.
It's time for the Burger Smokehouse pregame show. Burger Smokehouse, simple tradition since 1952. And now your hosts, William Holtz.
We're live here at Osage Beach, Missouri, and it's Lake TV's Game of the Week, folks. Welcome to the broadcast. I'm William Holtz, and we have an absolute spectacular matchup on tonight's show. We got the Osage Indians coming in at 9-1, and they play host to the arch rival Eldon Mustangs, coming in with an overall mark of 6-4. These two teams met just 3 weeks ago, and it was Osage all over the Mustangs, 32-6, and that one racking up over 500 yards of offense. But folks, this is not the same Eldon Mustangs team. They get Trenton Kedwell back. They are a different team they were 3 weeks ago. We're going to talk about that. We'll talk with both head coaches, and we'll spotlight a couple of our favorite players coming into tonight's matchup. That and much more on tonight's Burger Smokehouse pregame show after this.
Welcome to Burger Smokehouse. Winter, spring, summer, or fall, Burger Smokehouse invites everyone to come and visit our unique visitor center. See all the amazing museum quality displays highlighting the seasons of the Ozarks and learn about meat curing and the history of Burger Smokehouse. Peruse our factory country store where we offer the largest selection of cured and smoked meats found anywhere. While you're here, grab a smoked meat sandwich and enjoy our video tour in the Good Old Days Theater to see how we produce our famous products. Our 4-generation family business has combined time-tested curing traditions with modern meat processing innovations to become the largest specialty cured and smoked meat processor in the nation. Burger Smokehouse is nestled deep in the rolling Ozark Hills near California, Missouri, just 20 miles north of Eldon on Highway 87. We're just a short drive from anywhere in the lake area. Just follow the road signs to Burger Smokehouse. You can find our products in grocery stores throughout the lake area. Visit our website at smokehouse.com. Burger Smokehouse, your trusted provider of cured and smoked meat since 1952.
Polylift Boat Lifts.
Your boat is a major investment. Make sure it sits on a Polylift.
When you need a boat lift to raise your boat out of the water, choose the one voted best boat lift at the lake. Choose Polylift. Any size, built with the best quality construction, a lifetime warranty on the tanks, and the service to stand behind it. We don't just build boat lifts, we build Polylifts.
We don't just build boat lifts, we build Polylifts.
I'm open. I'm Chris Wagner of Farmers Insurance. Not only do I have great hands, Farmers Insurance has great rates. So come see us in Lake Ozark because I want to be your insurance agent. You're watching exclusive coverage of high school football on Lake TV.
We are Farmers.
It's a new look,
a new location,
but the same family-owned way of doing business.
Stop by and see our new home
and discover how we'll go above and beyond to serve you even better.
We're family-owned. Rick Ball, Ford Lincoln in Sedalia.
We are individualists. We are determined to grow, build, and cultivate the life of our dreams. We like our way of living. Who are we? Number 1 in subcompact tractors, number 1 in compact excavators, and number 1 in diesel engines. We are Kubota.
Walt, our local Hy-Vee pharmacist. He's highly trained to counsel, support, and care for your chronic and complex medical needs. Hy-Vee Pharmacy Solutions is your complete source for specialized pharmacy services. Meet Amy, our local Hy-Vee dietitian. She's our most credible source of food and nutrition information. She's your go-to for shopping tours that focus on your diet needs. You can even take a biometric screening on site. At Hy-Vee and Osage Beach, our health experts can't wait to meet you.
Welcome back to the Burger Smokehouse pregame show. Folks, just about 16 minutes away from game time, and of course, it's the Eldon Mustangs and the Osage Indians for the second time this season. However, this time there's a spot in the district championship awaiting the winner. First, let's talk about the visiting Eldon Mustangs. 6-4 under the direction of Shannon Jolly. Seems like just yesterday, Coach Jolly left Osage took the Eldon job 9 years ago. He comes in his 9th season, 52-41 over his tenure. And folks, in 2012, he ended a 50-year-plus drought for Eldon Mustang football, not winning a district championship. Not only did Coach Jolly's 2012 squad accomplish that feat, they repeated the following year, winning back-to-back district crowns. This guy knows how to coach. He's a natural-born winner, and he's got his team in a position to possibly play in a district title game a week from tonight. But he's got a big-time matchup ahead of him in these Osage Indians. When they met 3 weeks ago, 32-6, as I mentioned previously. However, in that game, the Mustangs did not have their overall best player. That's Trenton Kidwell. He's listed as a fullback, but he's really a running back per trade, if you ask me, per se. Wonderful, wonderful athlete, and he comes in only playing 2 games this season. He started the year as their best player, and to start this season, he had over 120 yards and 3 touchdowns. Looked like he was going to have a huge, huge campaign. Well, preparing for Owensville going into week 2, breaks his fibula and is out the entire rest of the regular season. He misses 8 weeks, and then out of nowhere comes back a week ago to not just come back against Springfield Catholic, but the young man rushed for over 100 yards and scored a touchdown. So in only 2 games, he's averaging over 110 yards a game. And if that sounds familiar, you know, playing early, getting injured, sitting out a long time, then coming back at the best possible time, start to think about Kyle Schwarber for the Chicago Cubs, folks. Don't know if you know this, but history in the making. First World Series game in 71 years, played at beautiful Wrigley Field tonight. We'll have you updated on that all night long. Of course, World Series updates brought to you by our friends at Chances Are Restaurant and Lounge. But we have high school football on the mind, as do hundreds and hundreds, possibly thousands of people coming to the stadium tonight. And with Trenton Kidwell back in the lineup, it's a different Mustang team. I talked with defensive coordinator Tim Otto, and he says, of course, everyone likes to zero in on Trenton offensively because he's so talented. But what people don't realize, because he never has filled up the stat sheet defensively, he's really the glue that holds that defensive together. And what he said, Coach Otto, that is, he said he knows assignments. He recognizes things about opposing offenses, and he puts guys in the right place, seeing things before they happen. What that means is the young man's football intellect is far superior to 95% of the people he's going to play against at this level. And that gives Eldon a slight advantage, and he wasn't playing 3 weeks ago on October 7th. Well, he's back, and so the Mustangs feel very, very confident that he's going to be an impact player. Of course, you know the rivalry between Eldon Mustangs and Osage Indians, and Coach Jolly being at Osage before starting his very successful tenure with Eldon. It doesn't really add to the rivalry, is what he says, but I wonder if that doesn't hold true. Talking with him this week, he says, we don't even focus on the rivalry. He said, we just want to go out, put a good game together, try to be methodical with our drives, and wear them down, and hopefully punch the ball in the end zone. We had an opportunity, speaking of Coach Jolly, to catch up with him.
And we're here with Coach Jolly, the Eldon Mustangs. Coach, I know a big focus for you. There's so many dimensions going into this game. Not only is it a district semifinal game, but you have a little bit of rivalry in the background, and definitely one from earlier this year.
Yeah, you know, we've been here before and didn't play as well as we'd like to, but, you know, we've struggled with some health issues this year, and I think we're kind of back to being full health, so hopefully this will be a little different.
Well, you come into this game, as you said, healthy and with some momentum with, 3 back-to-back wins on your belt.
Yeah, it's been a good stretch for us, and like I said, we've had a lot of younger players playing and trying to gain depth, to kind of finish the season. But this has been a goal of ours to get into Week 10 and then move on from there. So, anything can happen tonight, and that's what we've told our kids. And it's been nice for us to put together a few weeks and get on a roll.
I know our primary focus tonight is getting the ball and holding on to really burning up that clock. How do you help these guys maintain their focus while they hold on to the ball that long?
It's just part of what we do. We've been doing it. That's our system. We try to steal time on the clock and try to keep the time of possession on our side and get long, sustained drives. And last couple of weeks we've been able to do that, so hopefully tonight we can stay on task.
Looking back over this season, which has been a good season for you, what were some of the goals you had with these young players at the beginning of the season that you're happy to see them accomplish?
I don't know. We kind of scrapped the goals at the beginning specifically because we had so many injuries. But being back now, our ultimate goal is to win Week 10. And when you win week 10, you know you're in. And then we understand we've been in this situation before. Anything can happen once you get past week 10. And, and again, that's our mindset tonight is just keep our nose to the grindstone and get ready for, potential one more week of practice.
Well, it's an exciting game for sure tonight. A lot on the line. I know you want to get back to your players. We'll let you go. Thanks for talking to us, and we look forward to talking to you after the game.
Okay, thanks, guys. Thanks a lot.
And we'll send our Lake TV viewers back up to the booth with William Holtz.
Don't let Coach Jolly fool you. Although he didn't want to talk about the rivalry, he certainly knows, and he holds only a 3-8 overall mark against the Osage Indians, his former school, in 11 tries. Although in 2012, that first year they won that district championship, they lost in the regular season to Osage 47-20, came back and won in the district championship game 42-7. Big-time stuff late, and that's exactly what we're accustomed to seeing from Coach Jolly's teams. They may lose some games earlier, but they play their best football towards the end of the season when it certainly matters most. Now, we talked about a young man earlier coming back, Trenton Kidwell. He's our Hy-Vee Spotlight player of the game, and for good reason. In only 2 games, he's averaging over 100 yards a game. He's got 4 touchdowns, 3 in the opener. 1, of course, last week against Springfield Catholic, a Springfield Catholic team that was the 3 seed in the district. The Eldon Mustangs hold the 6 seed, go down and take care of business, shutting them out 32-0. Now let's flip to the other side, the Osage Indians. Under the direction of third-year head coach Devin Johnson, and Coach Johnson, no secret to district success. In his first season, 2014, he led the Indians to an unprecedented campaign. They made it all the way to the state quarterfinals before losing a barn burner, and that was a year that they beat Eldon and beat them big time. And he finds himself in another position to make it to the district championship game. The only thing standing in Coach Johnson's way, these very, very tenacious Eldon Mustangs. We also had an opportunity to talk with Devin Johnson earlier. Deborah Wolf had that interview.
Down on the field with Coach Johnson of the Osage Indians. Coach, with 1 game away from the district finals, it's an understatement to say there's a lot on the line.
Well, I think every week right now there's a lot on the line. I mean, it's winter, your season's over, and playing Eldon again and that whole rivalry and adding that to the mix, it's just a fun atmosphere. There's a huge crowd here already, and we're excited to be in this position, and we're just happy to be able to play this week and pray that we'll be able to compete and play another one.
Well, I know the primary goal is going to be to control that ball, to get it early and hold on to it. But you have a really strong passing game. So I'm thinking there's a lot on the line literally with your offense and defense tonight.
Well, the game's still won in the trenches. It's still won at the line of scrimmage. So defensively, we need to be able to penetrate and control the line of scrimmage. And offensively, we got to be able to run the ball. And last time we played, we had an issue with turnovers. And it's something that you just can't have and expect to win this time of year. So we've got to maintain possession, hope those first downs get into touchdowns.
And, of course, Eldon is known for really holding on to the ball. How do you help your players keep their focus through those long drives?
Well, it's something you preach year long. If you start it this week, it's probably too late. And we talk about focus, and we really talk about between the whistle to the snap, where does our head need to be? So hopefully it's something that our kids have grabbed onto and will benefit them tonight.
Well, looking back over the year, what were some of the goals you had for this team when the season started that you've seen them accomplish? Really?
It's a cliche, but one of our main goals is to improve every day. And we've gone through a lot of injuries. We've gone through a lot of turmoil. And to see our kids step up every single week and to see different kids plug in different roles, it's just been amazing. So I love these kids, love coaching them, and just I'm blessed to be where I'm at.
Well, Coach, it's been an exciting season. There's no doubt it's going to be an exciting game tonight. We know you're ready to get back to your players, so we're going to let you go, and we'll let you get back to the booth with William Holtz from Lake TV Sports.
Thank you.
And we're back here on Lake TV up in the booth anyway, as you heard what Coach Johnson had to say. And, I mean, this team is playing very, very well, and we were trying to find one player to key in on. And when you talk about Osage, they're so deep offensively and defensively. And when I talked with Eldon defensive coordinator Tim Otto, he said what makes them dangerous is the fact they got some good running backs. Of course, you all know about Nick Riley, over 700 yards, comes in leading the Osage Indians, but he's only got 3 touchdowns. The guy they love to give the ball to when they get inside that 20-yard line is tonight's Hy-Vee Spotlight player of the game for Osage, and that's Dylan Riley, the senior running back, and he plays linebacker. Now, he's got 10 rushing touchdowns, but he's only got around 300 yards rushing. He's also got a receiving score, but what you love about this kid, he's second on the team in tackles, 89 tackles total coming into tonight's ball game. Also 2 forced fumbles, 2 fumble recoveries. He's been all over the place, and I expect him to have a big impact in tonight's ballgame. And, of course, as you zero in on Dylan Riley, you can't forget about the weapons all over this field. You have Dalton DePay, who scored in a variety of ways. He scored via pick 6. He scored on a receiving. He's got 4 receiving touchdowns, a couple of rushing touchdowns on a reverse. He does it all. And then, of course, if you want to look at a receiving duo, there's not one better in this district or conference than Osage Indians receiving duo and Jared Edwards. And then, of course, you got to love Drake Gaines, the junior, who's just busted onto the scene. Both players come in with over 35 receptions, over 500 yards. Gaines with 5 touchdown grabs, and Edwards with 8. Edwards has been all over the place, including 2 pick 6s this year. So as we said, they're deep, and we haven't even talked about their junior quarterback, Zach Wheeler. He's had a sensational junior campaign, leading the way to a 9-1 campaign thus far for those Indians. The stat I love about him, 19 touchdowns and only 7 interceptions. It's one thing we talked about Zach Wheeler a year ago as a sophomore. He turned the ball over at times, and he's got to learn to hold on to it and live to see another down. Well, this offseason and into this postseason, he's done just that, limiting on the turnovers. And it's one of the big reasons that these Indians have had such huge success this season. You've got 2 teams, hungry, ready to battle. And when I talk about a rivalry across the state of Missouri, maybe there's not one at this level, 2 or 3A, more fierce than the Eldon Mustangs and the Osage Indians. And you hear people talk about fierce rivalries at this level. Well, I got to put this in perspective for you. I went to Eldon until halfway through my junior year. And among us students and the players, we were taught to hate the Osage Indians. And from what I understand, Osage, you're taught to hate the Mustangs. There's some bad blood coming into this game, and they won't talk about it. But if you want to get on Twitter and see some of these kids, they're laying the wood down. These kids want to end their opponent's season. And the beauty of this thing is they get matched up in a 6-2 matchup in the district semifinals. You can't script it any better than this. Folks, the foundation is laid. The stage is set. I don't know what more I can say. We are moments away from district semifinal football on Lake TV. We'll have kickoff after this.
If it's happening at the lake, it's at Captain Ron's Bar and Grill. Voted best of the lake, Captain Ron's is always a destination for visitors and locals alike. From their relaxing sand beach to the best in regional entertainment, Captain Ron's has something for every taste. And speaking of taste, you won't want to miss the incredible menu featured daily at Captain Ron's. Bring the entire family out and maybe even plan an excursion on the lake's only authentic pirate ship, the Gypsy Rose. Whatever you're craving, you'll find it at the home of the shootout, Captain Ron's Bar and Grill, 34.5-mile marker by boat or Lake Road 550 by car.
At Lake Regional Sports Medicine, we're proud to support our local student athletes.
Increasing their safety so they can compete in the sports they love.
At Lake Regional Sports Medicine, keeping athletes safe and healthy is not just a job, it's a passion.
That's why Lake Regional offers 5 area locations for physical therapy.
And a team of physicians specialized in sports medicine.
Lake Regional Sports Medicine, here for you.
On the road, on the trail, or on the water, if you're looking for heart-pounding performance and fun, head for YC Power Sports in Osage Beach. The biggest and best brand names in the field, along with incredible selection and unrivaled service. Make this year at the lake the best it can be, with a visit to our showroom in Osage Beach, and coming soon, our new relocated showroom in Columbia. Take a look at ycpowersports.com too. Summer fun is just waiting for you at YC Power Sports in Osage Beach and Columbia.
Matchup right now as the Eldon Mustangs set to kick off.
Nick Riley on the return for the tackled made by Dawson Brandt. Osage will take over.
So Dawson Brandt with a special teams tackle. And the return by Nick Riley. He has it up to the 30-yard line, and that's where the Osage Indians start on offense. Going to be interesting to see what Osage does. Obviously, much success through the air and on the ground. They're so balanced. First down give. Just a couple as Nick Riley takes the carry. Mergelkamp with the stop.
Second down and 8.
So 2nd down and 8 now. Out of the shotgun now is Wheeler. Quick hitter. He's got Edwards, and he is going to be corralled down by a slew of Mustangs over on the far sideline. That's going to bring up our first 3rd down of the game. Edwards coming in, just having a sensational senior campaign. We touched on it. 8 touchdown catches coming into tonight's ball game. 2 pick sixes. He's just about done it all. So on 3rd and 2 now, and the flat, and he's got Edwards. Does Wheeler up to the 48, and that's a very nice pass. And one of the things that makes Wheeler so special is his ability to deliver the football on the move, and right there across his body. Saw a nice throw, and that's a 1st down now for the Indians. Riley now with the give, trying to get outside and tripped up right there at midfield.
Riley on the carry. Tackle made by Jacob Whittle.
Whittle with the stop for Eldon.
2nd down and 8.
So 2nd and 8 now. Wheeler the give. This is Dylan Riley now in there for the Indians, and nothing doing. The Eldon line proving tough here in the early going. They stop him at the line of scrimmage. Do the Mustangs. That'll bring up 3rd down and 8 now.
Brings up a 3rd down and 8.
So once again, 3rd down for the Osage offense. 3rd and 8. Crossed his body now, looking into the flat. Nothing doing. That's an incomplete pass. Absolutely blown dead. So he was looking for Myers. That was a wonderful play.
Brings up a 4th down and 8.
The hit right there for the Mustangs was a absolute huge hit. So 4th and 8 now, as the Eldon defense looks very, very hungry here in their first possession. Edwards now, it's a low snap. He fields it. Low liner with a good spiral, bounces inside, and that ball is going to take a wonderful Osage bounce down at the 1-yard line by Gaines. And folks, that's a 51-yard sensational punt by Jason Edwards, and we've talked about how big of a playmaker Jason Edwards is and how many things he does right. One of the things Edwards does so well is in the kicking game, and folks, this is a very big stat. This year he's only missed 3 extra points. He's 37 of 40, which is crazy at the high school level. Knowing you can count on your kicker to come in and tack on the extra point really changes your game plan. And I'll tell you what a playmaker. And he backs the Mustangs deep inside their own end. Austin Kempker now in at quarterback for the Stangs. Split backfield. And they draw an Indian offside on that first play. So that'll back him up half the distance to the goal, which, well, half the distance from 1 yard is half yard, so not a huge deal.
5-yard penalty remains 1st down.
Sorry, defensive penalty. So 1st and 5 now from the 6-yard line. Kempker the inside give now, and Kidwell upended and taken down in the backfield. Nice piece of hitting. James McCann now with the stop. McCann, he's had a nice season on both sides of the football. He's been a contributor on both sides. 270 yards receiving with 3 touchdown grabs. And I'll tell you what, Zach Wheeler's hit 5 different Indians for touchdowns this year, and that's just another mind-boggling stat that continues to show the depth of these Indians. And the hard count again by Kempker is going to work, and on 2nd and 5, that's the second, and actually they're going to get the Mustangs with a false start. They give that 5 yards back that the Mustangs give up, and that's going to be 2nd and about 8 now where they spot it. So that hard count fools his own team as Kempker got the Indians to jump off the first time, and this time goes against his squad. So 2nd and 8 now, 9:20 left here in the first quarter. Kempker the give, and it's Kidwell again. He has about 1 yard on the carry, and he stopped right there. That's going to bring up a 3rd down and 6 now for the Mustangs.
Jordan Kidwell on the carry. James McCann on the stop for Osage. Pickup of 1 brings up a 3rd down and 6.
So 3rd and 6 now. We're inside 9 minutes to play. Kempker now the give. He's got some room outside. Does the Mustang ball carrier. He's up to about the 10.5 yard line, and looks like he's going to be just shy as Merida here for the Mustangs. Isaiah Merida, what a job the junior has done.
Brought down by Max
In the absence of Kidwell. Maples, the stop for the Indian, and Maples, player we don't really talk about enough, but he comes in with 86 tackles. He's been all over the place for the Indians, and we will have an official timeout for a measurement here. So just shy on the measurement. It'll be 4th and about inches, and I know it's early, and you'd love to think that potentially Coach Jolly might go for it, but deep inside his own end here early, I don't know how willing you are to take that gamble, and it would certainly be just that, a gamble here in the early going.
And 1.
Watch for the hard count here. Kempker's tried it a few times already. The offense out on the field. And they try the hard count, and Eldon calls the timeout, so just like we thought.
Eldon.
So 4th and inches, and I believe now the Mustangs probably going to bring the punting unit out onto the field. And tell you what a crowd we've got, Matt, tonight. Both teams, their fans out in full effect.
Yeah, what a beautiful night here in football. I think we've got this microphone technology figured out, so I'm happy here to join you tonight, Will.
I'll tell you what, I imagine the people at home have to be tired of listening to just me. I'm certainly tired of listening to just me. I've been practicing for tonight's broadcast all day long in the car, at the house, in the office by myself. And I'll tell you what, I can only imagine how the people at home have started to feel.
Yeah, well, that's why I'm here. I want to help out my partner, do anything I can. We're trying to put on our best live LakeTV football production here tonight.
If you're here to help, how about some barbecue ribs? Will Ferrell's impersonation of Harry Carey. If the moon were made of barbecue. Okay, sorry, folks. So 4th and short now. And the Mustangs look to punt now. Nobody back for Osage. They're willing to let this ball roll forever as Trenton Dillon now comes in, and a nice punt. And it's going to take a Mustang bounce, and it's great punt right there. And that's a 51-yard punt for Trenton Dillon. So you have a couple of punters here in Edwards and Dillon that both 51-yard punts. And I talked about key factors in tonight's ball game, Matt. Obviously, turnovers are going to be big. That could be a deciding factor. But field position, I mean, that's huge right there for the young man to come out and punt the ball 51 yards and put Osage back in their end zone, or back in their end. Because if you shank one out of bounds or only get a 20 to 30-yard punt, Osage starts inside your territory, and that really changes their game plan.
Yeah, Coach Jolly talked about before the game, improving in all 3 facets, and one of the biggest ones you just mentioned, special teams. Field position is a big key in tonight's game, and what a great way to get themselves out of a little bit of trouble backed up in their own end zone.
Yeah, certainly now is empty backfield. Wheeler now the quick bubble screen looking for, I believe it's Edwards in the flat. Mustangs not having any of that. They're all over Edwards in the flat, and that's a play that Osage loves to run.
No gain, moves up a 2nd down and 10.
And that time Eldon all over it.
Yeah, Eldon coming out there, wanted to pick up the intensity. You can see him gang tackle right now.
So here's the inside give now, and that's Magnuson with a rare carry, and he's pushed back, and Eldon all over him. Leading the way right there is Trenton Kidwell. And he has a tackle for a loss, and these Mustangs, they are in the backfield all the time. I'll tell you what, Coach Jolly's squad loves to blow it up dead in the backfield, and they have done that all season long. So 3rd and 12 now. Wheeler out of the gun. Looking towards his left now. Steps up and he will be taken down. Trenton Dillon and Trenton Kidwell share the quarterback sack. And I'll tell you what, Matt, if the early going is any indication, these Eldon Mustangs came to play.
Absolutely. I just mentioned the intensity. That's what Coach Jolly was demanding of his team this week. They needed a great week of preparation on the practice field, and now tonight you can see the intensity picking up. The defense is just swarming to the football here tonight.
Tell you what, Trenton Dillon comes into this game with 8.5 sacks. I'm not sure about the Mustangs' record. He's going to share a sack right there with Kidwell, so he is officially at 9. And wow, what a play by Edwards. Bounces, and what a kick. Bad snap, barely gets it off, goes all the way down to the 26-yard line. That's a 44-yard punt, and Edwards once again doing his part to help his team control field position. So 6:25 left in defensive battle thus far. We'll see if the Mustang offense looks like Morita the ball carrier.
Ball down by Jacob Mason. Pick up a 2, brings up a 2nd down.
Mason with the stop brings up 2nd down and 8 now, and this is exactly what this Mustang offense wants to do. They want to continue to pound the rock, and what they'll do is they'll try to lull you to sleep, Matt, and then they'll get you with the trickery or the big play on the play action. So Osage D has to be ready as the inside hitter to Kidwell, and he's got about 5, maybe 6 on the give. That's going to bring up 3rd down and 3 now for Eldon.
Yeah, Coach Jolly was talking about earlier this week, trying to sustain a couple of drives here. You eat up this clock a little bit, shorten this football game down. If they can have a couple of long drives that end up with touchdowns, they're going to like their chances to win here tonight.
Certainly, and of course the rivalry is all over the media this week. You saw the local papers talk with both sides. They touched on the rivalry. Obviously, it's big for many reasons. Here on 3rd and 3 and a couple of yards on the carry by Kidwell. He stopped on the play.
Kidwell, the ball carrier.
By number 77, Matt Kaufman, in on the stop for the Indians. That's going to bring a 4th down and 1 now.
Short gain brings up a 4th down and 1.
At his 35, this could be more feasible for the Mustangs to go for it at the 35-yard line. Matt?
Yeah, they're in a much better situation on this drive. Obviously backed up in their own end zone. They're going to have to punt that football away on their first drive. But here they've got a little bit of an option at their own 35-yard line.
And it's going to be a timeout as Coach Jolly gets it in right before the play clock expires. So they were just trying to draw the defensive offside, which we thought they might. And the timeout indicates, I believe, Eldon will punt the ball.
Yeah, good patience by the offensive line. That's a tricky little play. Sometimes that can end up backfiring, but I guess if it costs you 5 yards there, you're going to punt the football anyway, so maybe no harm on that foul.
Matt, 4:28 left here in this first quarter of play, and it's still dead knotted 0-0. And I'll tell you what, in the early going, I've been really impressed with the Mustang defense. Now let's see if their offense can't get their game going here.
Well, looks like Kemper's coming back out.
I think Coach Jolly kind of wanted to see what the Osage defense had shown as he came out and then burns the timeout. The only thing is only one timeout left here in this first half. So Kipker lines up under center. The quick give, and I believe he's got the first down. He does. I believe that's Kidwell all the way up to the 38-yard line, and a big-time gamble and a big-time reward as Coach Jolly's squad move the chains, and you see Coach Tim Otto, the defensive coordinator for the Mustangs, emphatically excited with the push the offensive line got on that play, Matt. Very nicely done by the interior line for the Mustangs.
Well, I think that intensity is carrying over to all aspects of this football team right now. Offensive line got a huge push on that 4th and short.
Play action now. Kempker rolls out, trying to get away from the defense, and he will not. Taken down with authority by McCann. A tackle for a loss of McCann. I mean, he has had a wonderful season here for the Indians and just doing everything he can do, and he's doing it well thus far.
Yeah, Kemper there. I thought that play had a little bit of momentum going to it, but great job by McCain getting into the backfield and bringing down the quarterback.
Yeah, so in 2nd and 13 now, it kind of changes the planning, of this drive, because when you back up, obviously you have to start thinking, we have to get a chunk of the 13 yards back, because 3rd and 13 is all kinds of disastrous. So now a different looking set here for the Mustangs. And Coach Jolly forced to burn his last timeout of the half with 3:20 left here in the first quarter. We'll take a short commercial break and be right back on Lake TV.
Chances Are Restaurant and Lounge in Laurie is a hometown favorite and has been since 1989. With generous portions, favorable pricing, and a familiar staff that treats you like family, going to Chances Are is a no-brainer. They're open for breakfast, lunch, and dinner 7 days a week. Come in on the weekends for the prime rib and all-you-can-eat shrimp. And on Saturday night, year-round, they feature live music with some of the area's hottest bands. And if you stay out too late on the weekend and need that late breakfast fix the next morning, come enjoy our all-you-can-eat breakfast buffet until noon on Saturdays and 1 on Sundays. Off Highway 5 in Laurie, come find out what makes us so special and...
If you're here once,
Chances are you'll be back! And we're back now on Lake TV and 2nd and 13, and as my buddy Steve Hogg Wickham just mentioned, 3 timeouts already gone, not even out of the first quarter, and that very surprising, but I think Coach Jolly trying to set the tone early. He wants to perfect everything they do. He doesn't want to give up any possessions, any plays, and so he's willing to burn those timeouts and try to perfect his offensive scheme here early. It's a pitch to Moreta now, the end around, and that's Dillon, and McCann once again takes him down in the backfield. James McCann read that and makes a wonderful tackle for the Indians. This one for a 2-yard loss as he drops Dillon in the backfield, and that's going to bring up a 3rd and 15 now for Eldon.
Yeah, the Mustangs trying to go with the double reverse there, trying to catch the Osage Indians defense in a little bit of confusion. Unable to do so as McCain makes another great tackle on the backfield for another tackle for loss.
So 3rd and 15 now. Under center is Kempker. Only attempted 52 passes this year. Gives to Moreta trying to get outside, and he won't be able to. You are going to have a horse collar tackle by Ian Riley on the play. Gets outside, and that's going to bail these Mustangs out as that horse collar should be an automatic first down. Of course, I'll wait for the official ruling. Face mask against the defense, so it'll be an automatic first down, and that may be exactly what these Mustangs needed to get going here.
Yeah, I did see a bit of a pull on the back of the jersey. I did not see the face mask grab. I guess irregardless, great opportunity here with the Mustangs eating up some of this clock here in the first quarter and sustaining the second drive of the football game.
What a big-time penalty. Getting ready to get the ball back. 3rd and 15, you stop outside, and tell you what, that could be huge here in the early going. Kipker now under center. That's Kidwell, and back in the backfield, Nick Riley having none of that. Just a short gain of 1 brings up 2nd down and 9 now.
The Indians' defense as well is coming out with some intensity tonight. It's been tough going for both offenses here. Both defenses really pumped up, rallying to the football. A lot of that tonight.
We'll tell you, we had that Facebook giveaway. We had great response. We do have gift certificates from JJ Twigs to give away. We'll do that on Monday instead of today like we originally planned. But tell you what, now Kempker back, looking over the middle. Trenton Dillon wide open, catches it inside the 20, inside the 10, and he is taken down at the 2-yard line by Jared Edwards. But I'll tell you what, 49-yard gain on the play, and like I touched on, partner, you lull him to sleep, and eventually you get a player like Trenton Dillon who streaks wide open, 49 yards, and here come the Mustangs.
I was just about to say that. Well, essentially, the Mustangs going to sleep a little bit on defense right there. Eldon comes out, big pass play, the first one of the football game, and a huge completion down the middle of the field.
Tell you what, Dillon, just an overall specimen. He didn't play since his 8th grade year, comes back this year, and he's on the verge of breaking the Eldon Mustangs single-season sack record. Inside give to Kidwell, and he's into the end zone, and the Mustangs strike first in this district semifinal matchup. What a drive by the Mustangs, and it's fueled by a big face mask penalty. Now we have some extracurricular activity going on as Nick Riley falls to the ground. May have been a flop. The flag comes out anyway. But I'll tell you what, that sets the tone if you're Coach Jolly, and it shows why he burns those 3 timeouts. He saw something in the defense, and he wanted to perfect it, and he did just that. And Eldon strikes first.
Yeah, all 3 of those timeouts are well worth it when you're the first one to get on the board. Mustangs rush the ball in for the first score of the game. Looking to convert here on the extra point, make it 7-0.
We talked about it in the early going. Kidwell not healthy 3 weeks ago to play in that game. He has 4 touchdowns in only 2 games. That's his 5th, and he's just played 9 quarters this season.
Some substitutions here from the Eldon Mustangs.
And it's going to be a personal foul against Eldon, so it's going to back him up 15 yards, and it's going to spot at the 18 instead of the 3, meaning if they want to try an extra point, it's essentially going to be a 35-yarder. And special teams are so big. We talked about Edwards' ability to connect on 37 out of 40 extra point attempts this year, and they're going to send their kicker out there in Trenton Dillon, as we saw the big reception, the sacks by the young man, also does the place kicking. And we'll see if from 35 yards out he can't tack on the extra point. The snap, it's low, good hold, the kick is up, and he made it. What a job by Kempker, the placeholder. Bad snap, gets it down. Dillon shows patience and knocks it through. So with a minute 15 left and the first quarter of play, the Mustangs strike first and lead 7-0. You're watching exclusive playoff football on Lake TV.
Lake TV's High School Game of the Week is brought to you by Lake Regional Health System, Burger Smokehouse, Rick Ball, Ford Lincoln in Sedalia, IV, Polylift Boat Lifts, Yacht Club Power Sports, Chances Are, Crown Power and Equipment, El Espelon, Lake Collision Auto Repair, Captain Ron's, Eldon Family Furniture, and Econo Lodge.
Back here on Lake TV, and it's the Mustangs strike first. Of course, the play set up on the 49-yard pass from Austin Kempker to Trenton Dillon, number 7 for the Eldon Mustangs, and then Trenton Kidwell tacks on the touchdown, the extra point, even from 35 yards out, up and good by Dillon, and it's the Mustangs in the driver's seat, 7-0 with a minute 15 to go, and Matt, I'm very impressed with Coach Jolly's squad thus far.
Yeah, absolutely. You talked about him burning the 3 times out, but it's well worth it. You're up 7-0. Your defense is playing great.
Edwards now at his own 13-yard line. He has a hole, and there he goes across the 40, and he's swung down in midfield by Trenton Dillon, but not before he takes their kick return 38 yards into Eldon territory. And it's what makes Edwards such a playmaker. He can do it all. He scored 8 touchdowns receiving the ball. He has 2 pick sixes this year, and he's showing us why he does it all on that impressive return. And now the Osage Indians with wonderful starting field position. We'll see if they can't tie this game. The give now to Riley, got some good yardage and taken down at about the 43-yard line. He has 6 or 7.
This Mustang defense is laying the wood tonight. I'm seeing some big hits out there. Maybe this rivalry is a little more intense than they were playing up before the game, Will.
Yeah, Dawson Brandt with the stop. He came in with 114 tackles. As Riley now inside the 40, makes a move inside the 20, inside the 10, and he's pulled down from Brandt from behind all the way down to the 8-yard line. That's good for 35 yards by Nick Riley, and that's a big-time gainer. Wonderful job by that first step by Nick Riley. He saw the hole, he hit it, and he does the rest.
Well, the Indians offense back-to-back, same running play, picking up big chunks of yardage.
They give to Riley once more, bounces off his cousin Dylan Riley trying to block, and Mustangs stopped that in the backfield for a couple-yard loss. Leading the way was Anderson on the stop. Yeah, Morgan Anderson, the senior, he comes in. This is a great number by the senior tight end. He's only got 6 catches, but 4 of those have gone for a touchdown. That's making the most of your opportunities.
I was going to say, look for Wheeler to pass here. He rolls out to his left.
Wheeler rolls into the end zone and knocked away by Merida. Wonderful defensive play. He was looking for Edwards, and Merida did a nice job knocking it away, and they were battling hands, but I like the job of the official not to throw the flag. They both looked like they were wrestling for position, and Merida does a wonderful job defending that, and that brings up 3rd down and 10.
Yeah, you can see the cornerback, a little bit of a bump in the back, just kind of threw the Indian receiver off balance. He was asking for the flag from the referee, but he says, no, you guys are going to have to battle for it tonight.
Big time 3rd down and 10. Wheeler rolls to his right now across the middle, looking for DePay, and he's got him. Dalton DePay, his 5th touchdown of the year, comes at a big time moment on 3rd and 10. And Zach Wheeler, Mr. Composure, delivers his 20th touchdown of the season.
Will, you take the words right out of my mouth every time. I was just going to say, look how calm Wheeler is in the pocket. He just knows exactly where he wants to go with the football, rolls out to his right a little bit, and just puts a strike right to his receiver.
Yeah, what a job. And Edwards now to attempt the extra point, and it's up and good, so he's 38 of 41 on the year. And folks, if their first quarter is any indication, tonight is going to be not just as good as promised, but better. There's your Farmers Insurance Fan Cam, brought to you by Christopher Wagner with Farmers Insurance. And as you can see, folks, a maximum capacity crowd tonight here at Osage Beach, one of the better rivalries, and it's off to a great start. We'll be right back on Lake TV after this.
Welcome to Burger's Smokehouse. Winter, spring, summer, or fall, Burger's Smokehouse invites everyone to come and visit our unique visitor center. See all the amazing museum quality displays highlighting the seasons of the Ozarks, and learn about meat curing and the history of Burger's Smokehouse. Peruse our factory country store, where we offer the largest selection of cured and smoked meats found anywhere. While you're here, grab a smoked meat sandwich and enjoy our video tour in the Good Old Days Theater to see how we produce our famous products. Our 4-generation family business has combined time-tested curing traditions with modern meat processing innovations to become the largest specialty cured and smoked meat processor in the nation. Burger Smokehouse is nestled deep in the rolling Ozark Hills near California, Missouri, just 20 miles north of Eldon on Highway 87. We're just a short drive from anywhere in the lake area.
And we're back here with 3.6 seconds left in the opening quarter as Edwards set to kick for Osage, and that one bounces and fielded right there by Merida, trying to get outside now as he reverses field. He's up to the 28-yard line before being taken down by C.J. Myers. So the Mustangs have it 1st and 10 at their own 29-yard line as that concludes our first quarter of play, 7-7. We'll switch ends and be right back after this.
I'm open. I'm Chris Wagner with Farmers Insurance. Not only do I have great hands, Farmers Insurance has great rates. So come see us in Lake Ozark because I want to be your insurance agent. You're watching exclusive coverage of high school football on LakeTV.
We are Farmers. It's a new look,
a new location,
but the same family-owned way of doing business.
Stop by and see our new home
and discover how we'll go above and beyond to serve you even better.
We're family-owned, Rick Ball Ford, Lincoln, and Sedalia.
And we're back now here on Lake TV, and what a start we have to tonight's ball game. And been a big time matchup throughout the years, Matt, as we talked about these teams, you know, a lot of bad blood and playing so close to home, whether you're on the road or you play at your home facility. Of course, only about 12 minutes away from each other now with the new highway here in Osage Beach. Always, always fun when these two teams get together.
First down and 10 at their own 29-yard line.
The Mustangs start out here with their best field position of this football game. Look for them to put together another drive here, eat up some more of this clock. Just the start of the second quarter. It's the Mustangs' third offensive possession.
Give now to Merida, trying to get outside. Magnuson takes him down after about a 2-yard gain. That's going to bring up second down and 8. Matt, Austin Magnuson comes in. He's an all-state player, potentially a wonderful, wonderful defensive player, and he comes in with 119 tackles, 9 of those for a loss. And I tell you what, he's just a tenacious kid. He's kind of quiet by most standards when you talk about, you know, a 17 or 18-year-old kid with his skill set. But I mean, he does the job and does so to the tune of 120 tackles this year. There's the give to Kidwell across the 30. And he's pushed back now after a modest gain of about 3. He's going to bring up 3rd down and 5 now for the Mustangs.
Down by Hunter Davidson.
The Mustangs sticking with their bread and butter. They like running off that left-hand side.
It's going to bring up a 3rd down and 6.
Picking up a couple of yards on the first 2 set of downs, putting them in a 3rd and 6 here with 11 minutes left to go here in the second quarter.
So the 3rd and 5 now, and Osage 5 on the line, 3 linebackers, and then of course you see a couple of guys rounded out, and then of course single coverage out here on your lone receiver. And Kidwell now, and it's Kempker rather, with the naked bootleg outside, and he is all the way down to the 32-yard line, and that's good for 34 yards. And what a play by Kempker.
Yeah, Kempker, we saw that play on their second drive here just a little bit ago, and I thought it had some potential. It didn't quite come out. I don't think Kempker lined up his blocker on the first time, but he does a great job right there using his wheels, getting to the outside and picking up a huge chunk of yards for this Mustang offense.
Yeah, all the way down to the 32-yard line. What a run. Officially 34 yards, and that's going to bring up 1st and 10 now. Inside give. No, Kempker once again keeps it. Still on his feet. Fights through the first tackle, has 11 yards and back-to-back first downs for these Mustangs.
Kempker, the ball carrier.
Yeah, really impressed. He really does have some quick feet. Great job keeping his balance there. Fought off one tackle, rolled out to the outside, picking up another first down here.
And he hasn't been known as a wild runner out of the quarterback position this year. Really, really surprising as he's having this success. And of course, if you're Osage, you haven't exactly probably come into this ball game saying we have to watch the quarterback running the football. So nice job by Coach Jolly throwing something at this defense they probably were not expecting. Inside carry, Kidwell now good yardage. He has about 7. Works his way down to the 14-yard line. And how about these Mustangs?
Yeah, Kidwell weighing in about 205. He just putting his head down, running over a couple of Indian tacklers. And like I said, picking up 7 yards. Great job on first down.
Yeah, so crucial for Eldon to stay with positive yardage on that first down, as we always touch on the importance of that, not putting yourself in 2nd and long. That way you don't handcuff what kind of plays you can call. There's the outside misdirection. Play Merida with a spin move. Makes the first guy's miss. He splits the defense, and he's down to the 4-yard line. Give him 10, and another Mustang first down. What a run by Merida. What a play.
Right, Merida just splitting 2 Indian defenders. They both were standing there looking at each other like, what just happened? He spun right through both of them. Just really with the intensity. We've talked about it a couple of times here tonight. You can just feel it in the game. A playoff game, beautiful night. These teams are out here to win.
I mean, we don't have a replay machine, but folks, look out for next year. We're waiting to hear back from Under Armour and Nike and see if we can't get a replay cam. And if Nike's listening, well, you better give us a call. Kempker under center, the give to Kidwell, and he's trying to work his way to the end zone, makes his way to about the 2 before being stopped. C.J. Myers and Dylan Riley combined for the stop. It's going to bring up 2nd down and goal.
You're going to see again there, Kidwell, just a handful to bring down. Takes about 3 Indian tacklers to bring him down. When he gets the football, he keeps a low center of gravity and really just tries to stay behind his blockers and pound the rock.
So 2nd down and goal now, and I wouldn't be surprised if we see Kempker with that naked bootleg on the outside, see if he can't beat the Osage defenders to the pylon. I like that call in this situation. Inside give to Kidwell, and he makes his way into the end zone for his second touchdown of the night, his 6th of the season, and Trenton Kidwell puts the Mustangs back up on top.
Wow, what a game we've got here tonight. Now we got the back and forth action. Started a little slow. The defense was the dominant factor in the game so far. Now we've had 3 consecutive scoring drives in a row. 17-3 right now. The Mustangs are on top, looking to add one more, make it 14-7.
Dylan in now, another bad snap, and quarterback Austin Kepker forced to just tuck it and run. It's a forced fumble. Nick Riley knocks it away from him. Bad snap once again, and that time Kepker had no choice but to try to just make do. So with 8:38 left in the second quarter of play, it's the Eldon Mustangs back up on top, 13-7. We'll be right back after this.
Polylift boat lifts.
Your boat is a major investment. Make sure it sits on a poly lift.
When you need a boat lift to raise your boat out of the water, choose the one voted best boat lift at the lake. Choose Polylift. Any size, built with the best quality construction, a lifetime warranty on the tanks, and the service to stand behind it. We don't just build boat lifts, we build Polylifts.
We don't just build boat lifts, we build poly lifts.
And we are back, partner, and it's Eldon up on top. And, you know, I touched on how close I thought this game was going to be to a lot of people. And everyone, everyone that is big into football, that's not interested as far as family or friends or went to one of these schools, thought this was going to be an Osage victory. But I said, I do have Osage winning the game, but it's not going to be a 32-6 matchup. It's going to be a close game. You heard me predict a 31-25 Osage win, and I know that this Eldon Mustang team could beat Osage, but they're going to have to play a perfect game, and so far they've looked perfect. Here's Edwards now, another good return, makes his way up to about the 30-yard line before being dumped right there by Parsons. Isaiah Parsons, the sophomore, what a year he's had for this team. He came in to the ballgame leading the Mustangs in running. Parsons came in with 617 yards, 10 rushing touchdowns. He did a wonderful job in Kidwell's absence. Of course, the two-headed monster was Parsons and Merida for the Mustangs. Both players over 600 yards. Merida 6 touchdowns, Parsons 10 coming into tonight's ballgame. So first down and 10 now. We'll see if Wheeler can continue his recent success. He hands it off to Nick Riley, and he has about 2 yards, brings up second down and 8. Riley really the workhorse running the football for the Indians, and you saw why earlier on that first step on the long run of 30-some yards. And here's Riley again. He's got some room, but nice piece of tackling right there by Brandt. Josie Brandt comes in once again, and I'll tell you what, this kid... Sorry, Dawson Brandt, not J.C. Brandt now, with the stop. And Dawson Brandt, man, he came in, as we touched on, with 114 tackles. So you have a couple of these Mustangs that have a crazy number of tackles. And Riley on 3rd and 3 gets stopped at the line of scrimmage. Beautiful job by the Mustang defense, and we'll see what Osage does.
This Indian offense really does look in control. I like the way they're just so methodical. They just come out here. Their composure is just spot on. Unfortunately, on this drive, it didn't result in a first down for them, but they really do look like they're in control, like they have their game plan. They're set and ready to go. Coach has got them ready to play.
Yeah, but Eldon defense answering the call. It's beautiful, beautiful stop now, and Edwards does punt a high end-over-end kick. The fair catch called for and made at about the 29-yard line by Merida. So Eldon now with the lead, have the football back, 1st and 10 at their own 30-yard line. And I'd be interested to see what Eldon does here offensively. If it's not broke, don't fix it. And so far, their slow, as you said, methodical style of offense has worked wonders, and I don't expect them to change anything.
Yeah, they're really pounding the ball on the ground. Their first scoring drive, was saved by a big face mask penalty and then a huge pass from Kemker down the middle of the field. So let's see if they go back to the ground and pound game if they worked here on their 3rd drive.
Morgan Anderson out of your screen, the lone receiver. Now as he makes his way back into your screen, here's the give to Kidwell. He lowers his shoulder and he just really wrestles the defense for a 7-yard gain, and that's all Trenton Kidwell.
Yeah, Kidwell just pushing the scrum there, picking up good 5 yards. Right after contact, he was hit after 2 yards, carries him for another 3, so just positive yardage on first down. It's a great play.
I said it was 7, you said it was 5. Officially, they've got 6. Let's meet in the middle, partner. We'll have a compromise.
Sounds good.
So 2nd and 4 now. Kempker, the give to Merida. He tries to get outside. No Osage there as Ian Riley, DePay, and Brown with the stop. That's going to bring up 3rd down and 3 now as he stopped for no gain. And Eldon, they've converted on their last 2 3rd downs, Matt. Of course, you had the 3rd and 15 converted on the face mask penalty, and their last 3rd and 5 was that big 32-yard run by Kempker on the naked boot. So we'll see what Coach Jolly draws up on 3rd and 3.
I'm looking for Kidwell to push the scrum here again.
The ball's on the turf, picked up by quarterback Kempker, and he's dumped in the backfield as Dalton DePay takes him down. And a couple-yard loss, and that was really, really a dangerous play as Kempker fumbles the football. He falls on it and keeps possession, so 4th and 5 now for Eldon.
Yeah, both offenses kind of stumble here on their last 2 consecutive drives. But let's give credit to the defense. They're coming out with a lot of intensity in this football game. We've talked about the field position matchup, and right now that's what Eldon's doing here with a punt.
Gaines back to return. Bad snap. Nice job by kicker Dylan to field it and gets off a great punt. And very, very dangerous play. It's fumbled by Gaines, recovered by Anderson, and the Eldon Mustangs, they come up with a big-time takeaway at the 14-yard line. 1st and 10, and you see Coach Johnson, there's no reason for Drake Gaines to try to field that football. And he does, and it's going to be the Mustangs 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. And I'll tell you what, that's a very slow, long walk back to the sideline. If you're junior wide receiver Drake Gaines, he has done things well all season long. And that right there is a big-time mistake. Could cost his team.
Well, you got to give credit.
In a big way. They say Osage football. I'm not sure I agree with the call here. It looks like Gaines very clearly touched the football. It was recovered by the Mustangs. I don't know what the call is. Unless there's a flag on the play.
This looks to be like a huge break for the Indians.
Okay, so I have word from program director Ashley Davis. The ball did touch an Eldon Mustang first. Therefore, the ball is dead there. Doesn't matter. Once an Eldon player touches it, you're free to go and touch the ball, hit it out of bounds. Fumble doesn't come into play. Thank you, Miss Davis. And I'll tell you what, Ashley coming around with that football knowledge. Gotta love that. So Wheeler now in all kinds of trouble. He's dumped in the backfield. Trenton Dillon, his 10th sack of the year. That's a Mustang single-season record. He came into the game with 8.5. Tonight he's got a sack and a half, putting his total at 10. And Tim Otto couldn't tell me officially what the single-season record was, but he said, I certainly guarantee you Trenton Dillon's getting very close if he doesn't already have it. And that's a sack as Wheeler tried to make his way out of the scrum, but he can't. So on 2nd and long, it's Wheeler to DePay. He's up to the 33-yard line. He gets 8 yards on that play, so he gets the negative yards back plus a couple. That'll bring him 3rd and 8 after Merida makes the stop.
This Mustang defense is really showing the intensity tonight. They're putting the Indians in a 3rd and long here for the 2nd drive in a row.
So Wheeler now takes the snap, rolls to his right on 3rd and 8, dumps it underneath, and just throws it down to his check down, and Nick Riley unable to haul that in. And I really don't think that was a bad call by quarterback Zach Wheeler. We talked about in the pregame, if it's not there, just get rid of it. Live to see another down, and you're going to be able to punt the ball. Hopefully Edwards can continue to punt deep into Eldon territory, and that will prove to be a smart play by quarterback Wheeler.
Yeah, we didn't get a chance to mention that special teams play by the Mustangs kicker. Great job. Was a low snap. Was bobbling the ball and got away. Great kick, that tempting kick that almost turned into a big turnover.
Yeah, Dylan been all over the place, a sack and a half, and that wonderful punt. Now Edwards back, and that's a punt. Fielded, and there's a fumble, and that is recovered. Very, very lucky for the Mustangs as Jordan Metz, the junior, able to corral that. But boy, you have back-to-back punting situations that almost end up disastrous for the punt returning team, and Eldon does hold on to it as they maintain this 6-point lead, and they have it 1st and 10 at their own 32-yard line as we have 4 minutes left here in this first half.
Well, this game is just kind of getting turned on its head. It started out so perfect. Everybody was making the right decisions, doing the right things. The last couple of plays, it's just been getting a little off kilter. I don't know if the atmosphere, the playoff atmosphere, is getting to these kids a little bit, maybe the coaches, but it's definitely making this game very interesting here tonight.
So Kempker will line up under center in split backfield as we're so accustomed to seeing from Jolly's Mustangs. Fakes the inside give. They'll give it outside to Merida. He's trying to get outside, and he's going to be taken down. Wormeth, the first guy there, and then cleaning that up is Magnuson. And also Max Maples in on the stop. And Maples, man, I'll tell you what, he doesn't get a lot of credit, but I'll tell you what, Maples really having a wonderful year. Senior campaign from the defensive back position. He is all over the stat book defensively. So 2nd down and 8 now. We have 3:30 left here in this first half. Kempker now, he's going to throw one up. He's looking for Merida, and in stride he has him. Merida now inside the 30, down to the 24-yard line, and that's good for 52 yards. And what a throw by Kempker. He looks like he has been passing the ball all season long. Well, comes into the ballgame, only 52 attempts. He's only completing 40% of his passes, but that right there was a wonderful throw. And once again, it's the Mustangs offense luring you to sleep. They just continue to pound the rock, and then when you're not expecting it, the play action, they burn you deep. And what a throw from Kempker. Kempker now in that naked boot tries to get outside, and he will inside the 20, inside the 10, to the house, and Austin Kempker, a 24-yard touchdown, and the Mustangs up 19-7 with 2:59 left in the first half.
Wow, 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 Will, I cannot believe this right now. Kempker, first of all, he's averaging about 45 yards per pass so far. He's thrown 2 passes, great completions, and now again he uses his feet, get it outside. Great blocking on the outside. Not sure who that was, but great blocking up front by this Mustangs offense, and they just freed up Kempker for another huge run and another touchdown for this Mustang offense.
You know, one thing that I am really, really happy about it, getting a couple of score lead here for the Mustangs early, we're going to finally get to see Zach Wheeler in a situation where he's going to have to pass the football and get his team back into it. As Kempker now tries to get outside, looks like we may have an illegal block or a hold. It's no good, so it looks like the score will be 19-7. Of course, we'll wait for the call, and it's just that. It's going to be a hold against the offense. The penalty will be declined, and although the Mustangs cannot convert, they do hold a 12-point lead over the Osage Indians with 2:59 left in the first half. We'll be back on Lake TV after this.
We are individualists. We are determined to grow, build, and cultivate the life of our dreams. We like our way of living. Who are we? Number 1 in subcompact tractors, number 1 in compact excavators, and number 1 in diesel engines. We are Kubota.
Back here on Lake TV, folks, and if you're just joining us, it's the Eldon Mustangs visiting in this one, and they are up 19-7 over the rival, the Osage Indians. Folks, I'm William Holtz, joined by my partner, Matt Wamser, here in the booth. Up top of the booth anyway, and Matt, I'll tell you what, if you wanted to script the way the Indians or the Mustangs could have started this ball game, you wouldn't have scripted it any different.
I don't think so. They've coming out playing a lot of mistake-free football, no turnovers, playing with the intensity they talked about. Great practice this week. It's all coming together here for the Mustangs tonight.
And, you know, as we talked with Tim Otto, the outstanding defensive coordinator for the Eldon Mustangs throughout the week, had a great conversation with him last night. He said, you know, we have to match up. And so far, Eldon has won the matchups. Now, big-time yards here now on the return across the 45. Still on his feet all the way down to the 45-yard line. That's number 27, Hunter Davidson, the junior, with a big-time return, and that gets the Indian fans on their feet as you see the Farmers Insurance Fan Cam brought to you by Christopher Wagner with Farmers Insurance. Wowee, what a return.
Yeah, I know what the doctor ordered here for this Indians offense. They needed to come away with some huge field position, and right now they're already in the Mustangs territory, sitting at the Mustangs 45.
So now you're going to see Wheeler out of the shotgun, something I love to see. Quad wide receivers, trips top of your screen, direct snap to Riley. He's got some good yardage inside the 40, down to the 34, still on his feet. Look at him go inside the 25-yard line. He's taken down by Trenton Dillon, but not before he has 21 yards and an Osage first down.
Yeah, I love the play call there. The old, oops, I threw it over the quarterback's head. Now the running back's taking off right up the middle. Riley with a huge run and great ball security because he got smacked pretty hard from behind. He could have lost that football.
Wheeler now on the run, cross the body, looking for, well, it looked like he was looking for DePay, actually finds Gaines as intended target. He has 7 yards, and that's down to the 18-yard line, rather.
I think he was looking right for Gaines. I'm pretty sure that ball was intended for him. DePay is going up trying to make a play on it. But now we see the composure coming into play. A couple of big first downs here for the Indians offense. Now they're set at the Mustangs 17-yard line.
Boy, here we go, 2nd and 3, and looks like there's a penalty on the play. And when they square that one away, Matt, just take this opportunity to say, man, we are so blessed, so fortunate to be doing something we love, involved in high school football, and involved in high school football at just a wonderfully fun capacity. And man, are we lucky to be doing this or what?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, what greater event, to be the community's coming out, supporting their kids, supporting this football team. We got to remember, these are high school kids. They're just out here having fun. They love this stuff right now. This is what they live for in their high school football careers.
Absolutely. So inside of 2.5 minutes to play now. Inside give, no, and it is quarterback Zach Wheeler who is just walloped by Trenton Kidwell in the backfield. He drops him for about a 3-yard loss, brings up 2nd down and 13, and Eldon, bend but do not break.
Great play by Kidwell. It doesn't matter if he's on offense or defense. He might just let you out. You got to keep your head on a swivel and watch out for this kid.
Yeah, certainly, and I'm telling you what, his return to the lineup is so big on the offensive end. But Coach Otto said, what we don't realize is how good he is defensively because he doesn't show up in the stat sheet. But boy, he does on that play. Wheeler now pump fake, now looks to the end zone, looking, and it is, very nearly hauled in by Gaines. He got both hands on it, but wrestled away. Good coverage on the outside for the Mustangs by Pipes. Austin Pipes, the junior, nice coverage, and Gaines very nearly hauled that one in.
Yeah, Wheeler with a great throw there, kind of putting it up where only his receiver can make a play on it, and if not, he can turn into a defender and swat it away. But great throw by Wheeler, just unable to come connect with his receiver in the back corner of the end zone.
So 3rd and 13, 1:46 left in the first half. We have our Poly Lift Boat Lifts halftime show. During the break, here's the inside give to Riley. He gives it back to DePay now on the reverse. Fools absolutely no one, and Parsons is right there. Stops him after a short gain of 1, and that brings up 4th and 12 for the Indians, and they have not been in this position very often this season.
Yeah, I don't imagine they've been playing from behind very much at all. Only 1 loss on the season. Let's see what they're made of here tonight. It's a tough playoff game at home. Got the crowd behind you.
And they're going to bring on their place kicker, Jared Edwards, to attempt a 31-yard attempt. The hold, the kick is up. And it is good. Nice kick by Edwards, and that makes it a 9-point game as Edwards converts the 31-yard field goal, and Osage slims the Eldon lead to 9 with 1:10 left in the first half of play. You're watching exclusive coverage of high school football on LakeTV.
Walt, our local Hy-Vee pharmacist. He's highly trained to counsel, support, and care for your chronic and complex medical needs. Hy-Vee Pharmacy Solutions is your complete source for specialized pharmacy services. Meet Amy, our local Hy-Vee dietitian. She's our most credible source of food and nutrition information. She's your go-to for shopping tours that focus on your diet needs. You can even take a biometric screening on site. At Hy-Vee in Osage Beach, our health experts can't wait to meet you.
And back here on Lake TV for this wonderful district semifinal matchup, Matt. And I mean, of all the teams that could meet, you love seeing two local teams get to play this far into the postseason. Of course, the winner of this game makes their way to the district championship game to play the winner of Sullivan, the 4 seed, and Owensville, the favorited 1 seed of this district. But I'll tell you, either one of these teams goes down to Owensville, or heaven forbid Osage wins and Owensville falls, they'd host Sullivan next week. Of course, a lot of ball left to be played. We'll talk more about that later now, as Edwards with a little dribbler, and that is fielded by Dylan at his own 15-yard line, and there he goes, across the 35, now outside to the 44-yard line before finally being taken down by Gaines. Also in on the stop, Jalen Spriggs. But again, wonderful field possession here for the Mustangs.
Yeah, I'm really seeing both of these football teams kind of putting it all together. You know, they started out really intense, mistake-free football. We still haven't had any turnovers here in the game. Look for that later, see if that becomes a big part of the football game. But both teams making plays on both sides of the ball, special teams, just really what you'd expect from a couple of playoff football teams.
So now on 1st and 10, do remember, no timeouts left for Eldon. They've got a 1:03 and 56 yards stand between them in the end zone. And outside Merida now, he carries Ian Riley with the stiff arm, and he's dragged out of bounds at about the 47-yard line. We'll give him 9 yards. That's going to bring up 2nd down and 1.
Yeah, good tough running on 1st down, you know. Fighting off with the stiff arm, fighting off, picking up 9 yards. Great tough run by Meridian.
And Merida gets out of bounds to stop the clock. So 2nd down and 1, 55 seconds left in the half. Kemker now, once again, it's Merida. He lowers his head, and he's down to the 41-yard line. And on the 1st down, the clock will stop as they reset the sticks. So how about the Mustangs? They have a little sense of urgency, and they will try to add on to this already 9-point lead as we go into the break.
Yeah, you got to watch Kemker here. They're going to try to sneak out another throw here, I think, before the end of the half.
Play action, Kemker now into the flat, and he's got Anderson who catches it. No. They say it's a catch and a fumble recovered by number 33 for the Mustangs at the 37-yard line. The recovery was by Jacob Whittle.
Pick up a 4 is going to bring up a 2nd down and 6.
I'm not sure Anderson hauled that in. If he did, it's his 7th catch. It'll go down as a 7th catch as Merida now inside, up down to about the 32-yard line, about a yard shy, and Eldon has to hurry.
Brought down by C.J. Myers.
3rd and short.
They're going to have to throw this one deep.
Brings up the 3rd down and 1.
And all kinds of disaster. Kemker now sacked in the backfield. Dalton DePay with the quarterback sack, and the half ends 19-10. Although the half didn't end wonderfully for the Mustangs with that sack, they did play outstanding, and they lead 19-10. We'll talk about the first half on your Polylift Boat Lift halftime show after this.
If it's happening at the lake, it's at Captain Ron's Bar and Grill. Voted best of the lake, Captain Ron's is always a destination for visitors and locals alike. From their relaxing sand beach to the best in regional entertainment, Captain Ron's has something for every taste. And speaking of taste, you won't want to miss the incredible menu featured daily at Captain Ron's. Bring the entire family out and maybe even plan an excursion on the lake's only authentic pirate ship, the Gypsy Rose. Whatever you're craving, you'll find it at the home of the shootout, Captain Ron's Bar and Grill, 34.5-mile marker by boat or Lake Road 550 by car.
It's a new look,
A new location.
but the same family-owned way of doing business.
Stop by and see our new home.
And discover how we'll go above and beyond to serve you even better.
We're family owned. Rick Ball Ford, Lincoln, and Sedalia.
At Lake Regional Sports Medicine, we're proud to support our local student athletes.
Increasing their safety so they can compete in the sports they love.
At Lake Regional Sports Medicine, keeping athletes safe and healthy is not just a job, it's a passion.
That's why Lake Regional offers 5 area locations for physical therapy.
And a team of physicians specialized in sports medicine.
Lake Regional Sports Medicine, here for you.
On On the road, on the trail, or on the water, if you're looking for heart-pounding performance and fun, head for YC Power Sports in Osage Beach. The biggest and best brand names in the field, along with incredible selection and unrivaled service. Make this year at the lake the best it can be, with a visit to our showroom in Osage Beach, and coming soon, our new relocated showroom in Columbia. Take a look at ycpowersports.com too. Summer fun is just waiting for you at YC Power Sports in Osage Beach and Columbia.
Chances are Restaurant and Lounge in Laurie is a hometown favorite and has been since 1989. With generous portions, favorable pricing, and a familiar staff that treats you like family, going to Chances Are is a no-brainer. They're open for breakfast, lunch, and dinner 7 days a week. Come in on the weekends for the prime rib and all-you-can-eat shrimp. And on Saturday night, year-round, they feature live music with some of the area's hottest bands. And if you stay out too late on the weekend and need that late breakfast fix the next morning, come enjoy our all-you-can-eat breakfast buffet until noon on Saturdays and 1 on Sundays. Off Highway 5 in Laurie, come find out what makes us so special and...
If you're here once...
Chances are you'll be back! LakeTV's High School Game of the Week is brought to you by Lake Regional Health System, Burger Smokehouse, Rick Ball, Ford Lincoln in Sedalia, IV, Polylift Boat Lifts, Yacht Club Power Sports, Chances Are, Crown Power and Equipment, El Espelon, Lake Collision Auto Repair, Captain Ron's, Eldon Family Furniture, and Econo Lodge.
Polylift Boat Lifts.
Your boat is a major investment. Make sure it sits on a Polylift.
When you need a boat lift to raise your boat out of the water, choose the one voted best boat lift at the lake. Choose Polylift. Any size, built with the best quality construction, a lifetime warranty on the tanks, and the service to stand behind it. We don't just build boat lifts, we build Polylifts.
We don't just build boat lifts, we build Polylifts.
It's time for the Polylift Halftime Show. If you want the best lift on the market, then go with Polylift. Now to the booth.
Back, folks, on Lake TV. It's time for your Polylift Boat Lift Halftime Show now, Matt, to recap the first half. You know, a lot of people might be surprised by the score of Eldon Mustangs up over Osage 19-10, and Eldon came out firing on all cylinders.
Yeah, they absolutely did. They came out, they got the first score of the football game. Their defense came out with playing sound defense, tackling the football, playing with the intensity that Coach Jolly talked about. So really put together, I think, you know, the perfect first half in their eyes. You know, they're ahead 19-10 right now. Got a good feeling going in. They've been moving the ball up and down the field. Kemker's been throwing the ball deep, 2 passes, 45 yards apiece. So great start to this football game in the first half for the Mustangs.
Yeah, if you looked at the Eldon Mustangs coming in, of all the ways you thought they might beat you, you weren't really necessarily saying it's going to be Austin Kemker, their quarterback, because he's a game manager. He's kind of an equivalent to the NFL's Alex Smith. He wins football games, and he has playmakers around him, and he's backed up by one of the best defenses in this conference. And in the first half, he showed he could also do it offensively. He was 3 for 3, over 100 yards, and he had 4 carries for 96 yards, including a 24-yard touchdown scamper we saw him take. He had a wonderful first half, Matt, and not only did he have a wonderful first half, but they've got a 9-point lead, and they're going to get the ball to start the second half.
Yeah, I mean, a great start for them. Kemker doing a great job of managing the game, like you just said. I'm really impressed with his composure, his ability to, throw the ball when he needs to, hand the ball off, making the right reads on his option play. So really just putting together a perfect football game. If you're the Mustangs, you can't ask for much more here. You got the lead. You're playing well. Everything's going your way right now. Let's just keep it up. Get refocused at halftime. Come out. Let's do it again for another 24 minutes.
Yeah, it's nice for the Mustangs to be up by 9 points because, you want to get a lead, especially on the road. But to be honest, when it comes down to who's going to win this ball game, I don't feel like it would matter whether the Mustangs were up 15 or Osage was up 20. I feel like whoever's down on half is going to fight back, claw back, and get back into the ball game. Now, I may be wrong, but it's been a ball game, and I feel like it's going to stay that way. Of course, you're scoring. It was Eldon. They get on the board first, and then Osage answers, and then Eldon pulls away again. Miss extra point on a bad snap. Osage tries to get it back. Stop 3 downs. Here comes Eldon again. They score on the Kemker run. They put them up by 2 scores, 19-7. And and Osage marches down and they can't punch it in. You know, that's the Eldon motto, bend it but don't break. And they gave up a couple of big runs to Nick Riley, yes. And they gave up a pass here and there to Drake Gaines or Jared Edwards, yes. But they didn't break. They forced Edwards of the Indians to convert on a 31-yard field goal. And we stand at 19-10, and we got lots of football left to be played, folks. We also have a lot more this halftime show. We actually have our 2016 LakeTV High School Football Fan of the Year award ceremony. We'll reward our 2016 Fan of the Year. We did that earlier tonight. Incredible young man. You don't want to miss that. We'll have that and much more on our Polylift Boat Lift halftime show after this.
Polylift Boat Lifts.
Your boat is a major investment. Make sure it sits on a poly lift.
When you need a boat lift to raise your boat out of the water, choose the one voted best boat lift at the lake. Choose Polylift. Any size, built with the best quality construction, a lifetime warranty on the tanks, and the service to stand behind it. We don't just build boat lifts, we build Polylifts.
We don't just build boat lifts, we build poly lifts.
Welcome to Burger's Smokehouse. Winter, spring, summer, or fall, Burger's Smokehouse invites everyone to come and visit our unique visitor center. See all the amazing museum quality displays highlighting the seasons of the Ozarks and learn about meat curing and the history of Burger's Smokehouse. Peruse our factory country store where we offer the largest selection of cured and smoked meats found anywhere. While you're here, grab a smoked meat sandwich and enjoy our video tour in the Good Old Days Theater to see how we produce our famous products. Our 4-generation family business has combined time-tested curing traditions with modern meat processing innovations to become the largest specialty cured and smoked meat processor in the nation. Burger Smokehouse is nestled deep in the rolling Ozark Hills near California, Missouri, just 20 miles north of Eldon on Highway 87. We're just a short drive from anywhere in the lake area. Just follow the road signs to Burger's Smokehouse. You can find our products in grocery stores throughout the lake area. Visit our website at smokehouse.com. Burger's Smokehouse, your trusted provider of cured and smoked meat since 1952.
Back here for your Polylift Boat Lift halftime show from Osage Beach, Missouri, and it's the Eldon Mustangs up top 19-10 over the Osage Indians in our district semifinal matchup here on LakeTV. And now it's time for kind of a special tribute, if you will. Ever since LakeTV's been covering high school football, goes back to 4 years ago as we're in our 4th season, we've always had one common denominator, and that's the continual support and following of one amazing fan and his family. That's Dakota Wilms. He is this year's 2016 Fan of the Year, and we were able to talk with Dakota earlier tonight.
In LakeTV's time covering high school football, we have met many passionate fans, none probably as passionate as Eldon Mustangs fan Dakota Wilms. You see him right here, my good buddy Dakota, and I'll tell you what, we were supposed to have Dakota on earlier this year during an Eldon game, but ran into some emergency situation with our crew and we couldn't get him on, and he was so patient, and for that, it's LakeTV's pleasure to present our good buddy Dakota Wilms with the 2016 LakeTV High School Football's Fan of the Year. Dakota, right there, that's yours. That's autographed by the entire LakeTV High School football crew, all 11 of us. Now, don't smear it. Now, that's Dakota. Dakota, and I know you wanted to tell the people something that you were so excited to tell them. What did you want to say?
Go Mustangs!
And he says, go Mustangs. We know who he wants to win, and also a passionate fan, Dakota's younger sister, Mariah Wilms, the best cheerleader the Mustangs got. Great work, Mariah. Great work, Dakota. And that's Dakota Wilms, your 2016 LakeTV Fan of the Year. Good job, Dakota.
Open. I'm Chris Wagner with Farmers Insurance. Not only do I have great hands, Farmers Insurance has great rates. So come see us in Lake Ozark because I want to be your insurance agent. You're watching exclusive coverage of high school football on LakeTV.
We are farmers. We are individualists. We are determined to grow, build, and cultivate the life of our dreams. We like our way of living. Who are we? Number 1 in subcompact tractors, number 1 in compact excavators, and number 1 in diesel engines. We are Kubota.
Walt, our local Hy-Vee pharmacist. He's highly trained to counsel, support, and care for your chronic and complex medical needs. Hy-Vee Pharmacy Solutions is your complete source for specialized pharmacy services. Meet Amy, our local Hy-Vee dietitian. She's our most credible source of food and nutrition information. She's your go-to for shopping tours that focus on your diet needs. You can even take a biometric screening on site. At Hy-Vee and Osage Beach, our health experts can't wait to meet you.
If it's happening at the lake, it's at Captain Ron's Bar and Grill. Voted best of the lake, Captain Ron's is always a destination for visitors and locals alike. From their relaxing sand beach to the best in regional entertainment, Captain Ron's has something for every taste. And speaking of taste, you won't want to miss the incredible menu featured daily at Captain Ron's. Bring the entire family out and maybe even plan an excursion on the lake's only authentic pirate ship, the Gypsy Rose. Whatever you're craving, you'll find it at the home of the shootout, Captain Ron's Bar and Grill, 34.5-mile marker by boat or Lake Road 550 by car.
And we're back here on Lake TV for our Polylift Boat Lift halftime show. William Holtz joined by my partner in crime, Matt Wamser. And Matt, okay, so we gave the Eldon Mustangs the credit they deserved. They're up big. They're up 9 points, 19-10 over the Osage Indians. We kind of expected them to play well. If you're the Indians, it's no time to panic. You've been here before. You're only down 2 scores. You obviously don't have to throw the towel in yet. You're actually not even that bad of a position. Osage only down 9. They're still within grasp.
Yeah, you still have to think they're at halftime. They're saying, Coach is saying, Coach Johnson, hey, we haven't even played our best offensive football yet today. The defense has come out, done its job. The special teams as well, making good plays all around. No big turnovers yet today. So really, if I'm Coach Johnson, I'm saying, look, hey, we haven't even done our best here on offense. Let's still let's go back to our game plan. Let's put together a couple of good offensive drives. I mean, you can tell by their composure that they know what they're doing out there. They just got to put it all together and make it happen here in the second half.
Yeah, they've also had some big plays that they've been able to capitalize on by punching the end zone. The drive they had to settle for a field goal. Some big runs by Nick Riley in the first half, 9 carries, 74 yards. He did his part, of course, but he needs some help. And what I mean by that is he needs these Indians defense to play defense like we're used to seeing. I will tell you one thing. Although Austin Kempker had 4 carries for 96 yards in the first half, don't expect that to happen again in the second half because we haven't seen it yet. Either has Coach Johnson. Now that he's seen it, him and his defensive staff, his coaching staff, they're going to make adjustments at the half, and they're going to come out ready to make a stop. Now, Eldon gets to start with the football, and it'll be interesting to see if Eldon goes to that same methodical inside give, misdirection, and then a pass. We'll see if Osage isn't ready for it. And another thing, for the Osage Indians, don't forget you have athletes all over the field. Even though you're down 9 points, it only takes 1 touchdown and a stop. You're right back with them, and of course we weren't throwing the talent. Just wanted to clear the air. We gave Eldon some credit, and we should, because so many people, as you saw on Facebook in our pool, were saying Osage going to get him, Osage going to get him. And even my good buddy, former All-State wide receiver for the Versailles Tigers, even spent a semester playing for Mizzou, Aaron Bolton, saw him today, and he said, Osage by 30. And I said, yeah, right. Be a close ball game. I'm going to say Osage by 6. And he goes, come on, man, get out of here. Of course, he saw the score, 32-6 from 3 weeks ago, thinking he's going to see a repeat, and I explained to him, not the same Eldon team as I already talked about. He said, well, make sure you give me a shout out because I think Osage is going to win by 30. So, Mr. Bolton, if that's going to take place, the Indians are going to have to get off to a fast start here in this second half. Matt, if you're the Indians, one thing you haven't seen a whole lot of is letting Wheeler let it go. You've seen these rollouts. He's throwing it 10, 15 yards down the field. What I mean, you have Drake Gaines, you have Jared Edwards, you have C.J. Myers. I'd like to see him take a couple shots here early in the half.
Yeah, they've got the playmakers, and I think that's what Wheeler is best at. Kind of that spread offense, put him in the shotgun, let him spread the ball around to the playmakers, and let them break a tackle and make a big play for this offense. I think that's really what it's going to take here in the second half to get this team open. A couple of big plays, they're going to break a tackle, they're going to come up with a huge chunk of yardage, maybe a score, and that's going to get the intensity and the confidence back on their side, and they're going to step it up here in the second half.
Well, and then on the other hand of things, now with Eldon starting with the football, let's say Eldon comes out and marches down the field and punches it in. Then if you're Osage, you almost have no choice to then go strictly to the spread offense and air it out. I'm not saying that's going to happen, but if Eldon is able to control the tempo, come out and put together a 5, 6, 7 minute drive to start this half, it's going to eat off some time, it's going to put points on the board, and then Osage, it's going to be time to turn on the Jets. Of course, still a lot of football left to be played. We have 5 minutes left of the halftime break. We're going to take a short commercial break. When we come back, we'll wrap up the Poly Lift halftime boat lift show after this.
It's a new look,
A new location.
but the same family-owned way of doing business.
Stop by and see our new home.
And discover how we'll go above and beyond to serve you even better.
We're family owned. Rick Ball Ford Lincoln in Sedalia.
At Lake Regional Sports Medicine, we're proud to support our local student athletes.
Increasing their safety so they can compete in the sports they love.
At Lake Regional Sports Medicine, keeping athletes safe and healthy is not just a job, it's a passion.
That's why Lake Regional offers 5 area locations for physical therapy.
And a team of physicians specialized in sports medicine.
Lake Regional Sports Medicine, here for you.
On the road, on the trail, or on the water, if you're looking for heart-pounding performance and fun, head for YC Power Sports in Osage Beach. The biggest and best brand names in the field, along with incredible selection and unrivaled service. Make this year at the lake the best it can be, with a visit to our showroom in Osage Beach, and coming soon, our new relocated showroom in Columbia. Take a look at ycpowersports.com too. Summer fun is just waiting for you at YC Power Sports in Osage Beach and Columbia.
Chances Are Restaurant and Lounge in Laurie is a hometown favorite and has been since 1989. With generous portions, favorable pricing, and a familiar staff that treats you like family, going to Chances Are is a no-brainer. They're open for breakfast, lunch, and dinner 7 days a week. Come in on the weekends for the prime rib and all-you-can-eat shrimp. And on Saturday night, year-round, they feature live music with some of the area's hottest bands. And if you stay out too late on the weekend and need that late breakfast fix the next morning, come enjoy our all-you-can-eat breakfast buffet until noon on Saturdays and 1 on Sundays. Off Highway 5 in Laurie, come find out what makes us so special and...
If you're here once...
Chances are you'll be back! LakeTV's High School Game of the Week is brought to you by Lake Regional Health System, Burger Smokehouse, Rick Ball Ford Lincoln in Sedalia, IV, Polylift Boat Lifts, Yacht Club Power Sports, Chances Are, Crown Power and Equipment, El Espelon, Lake Collision Auto Repair, Captain Ron's, Eldon Family Furniture, and Econo Lodge.
We're back, Matt, for the Polylift Boat Lift halftime show as we conclude our halftime show here. And another thing I want to touch on is the special teams thus far, because both punters have done a wonderful job not putting their teams in a bad position. And then you saw 2 punting situations back-to-back series that almost got dangerous, and a couple of nice returns. So special teams, both teams doing well, and we've yet to have a turnover. And as we touched on, we really feel like special teams or a big turnover could be the deciding factor down the stretch.
Yeah, you got to come out and keep playing that mistake-free football. They've done a really well job, and you know Coach Jolly had his team coached up. I mean, he's been here before in the playoffs. He knows how to coach a football team, especially in the playoffs. So I think that's maybe why they've got a little bit of the edge tonight. He comes in, he understands the situation, he knows what the preparation needs to be like heading into a week like this, and the Mustangs have come out and put it all together. So look for Coach Johnson to come out and do the same thing. Like, guys, great first half. You know, we're only down by 9, a couple of scores. Let's keep this mistake-free football going and take it to the next level and get some points on the board.
Right, and I know that with Eldon receiving here to start the second half, I know that this might be crazy for the majority of you watching or listening to think this could be possible, but knowing Coach Johnson and his ability to gamble and take chances, I really wouldn't be surprised to see Osage come out and attempt an onside kick surprise to start this second half of play, because you're down 9 points. Don't really think any team is going to be looking for that, although you know Coach Shannon Jolly knows his counterpart Devin Johnson likes to gamble, so we'll wait and see. But as we get ready to start our second half, Matt, I don't know what's going to happen. You got a prediction here for us?
Well, I mean, the way the first half went, I wouldn't be surprised to see the Eldon Mustangs come out of here with a big victory tonight. You know, they kind of came in as the underdog, and I think they have a little bit of chip on their shoulder, and I think that's going to carry them through here the rest of the second half.
Yeah, as we touched about, not the same team we saw 3 weeks ago, but the Osage Indians 9-1, and if they win and you see an upset on the other side of the bracket, they could host a district championship game right here in Osage Beach, Missouri. Matt, so that concludes our Polylift Boat Lift halftime show, folks. 19-10, Eldon, the advantage over the Osage Indians. We'll be back with the second half of this one on Lake TV after this.
Polylift Boat Lifts.
Your boat is a major investment. Make sure it sits on a poly lift.
When you need a boat lift to raise your boat out of the water, choose the one voted best boat lift at the lake. Choose Polylift. Any size, built with the best quality construction, a lifetime warranty on the tanks, and the service to stand behind it. We don't just build boat lifts, we build Polylifts.
We don't just build boat lifts, we build poly lifts.
Welcome to Burger's Smokehouse. Winter, spring, summer, or fall, Burger's Smokehouse invites everyone to come and visit our unique visitor center. See all the amazing museum quality displays highlighting the seasons of the Ozarks and learn about meat curing and the history of Burger's Smokehouse. Peruse our factory country store where we offer the largest selection of cured and smoked meats found anywhere. While you're here, grab a smoked meat sandwich and enjoy our video tour in the Good Old Days Theater to see how we produce our famous products. Our 4-generation family business has combined time-tested curing traditions with modern meat processing innovations to become the largest specialty cured and smoked meat processor in the nation. Burger Smokehouse is nestled deep in the rolling Ozark Hills near California, Missouri, just 20 miles north of Eldon on Highway 87. We're just a short drive from anywhere in the lake area. Just follow the road signs to Burger's Smokehouse. You can find our products in grocery stores throughout the lake area. Visit our website at smokehouse.com. Burger's Smokehouse, your trusted provider of cured and smoked meat since 1950.
Open. I'm Chris Wagner of Farmers Insurance. Not only do I have great hands, Farmers Insurance has great rates. So come see us in Lake Ozark because I want to be your insurance agent. You're watching exclusive coverage of high school football on LakeTV.
We are farmers. We are individualists. We are determined to grow, build, and cultivate the life of our dreams. We like our way of living. Who are we? Number 1 in subcompact tractors, number 1 in compact excavators, and number 1 in diesel engines. We are Kubota.
Lake TV's High School Game of the Week is brought to you by Lake Regional Health System, Burger's Smokehouse, Rick Ball, Ford Lincoln in Sedalia, IV, Polylift Boat Lifts, Yacht Club Power Sports, Chances Are, Crown Power and Equipment, El Espelon, Lake Collision Auto Repair, Captain Ron's, Eldon Family Furniture, and Econo Lodge.
Walt, our local Hy-Vee pharmacist. He's highly trained to counsel, support, and care for your chronic and complex medical needs. Hy-Vee Pharmacy Solutions is your complete source for specialized.
Back here on Lake TV, folks, as we start our third quarter. Edwards the kick. He kicks it deep. Fielded at about the 7-yard line by Merida. Now he's across the 20 and taken down there. That's where Eldon starts 1st and 10. Meanwhile, Matt, we had a streaker during the halftime break, and if you listen to the NFL commentators, anytime there's a streaker, they talk about the ignorance and they don't like it. I'm not that commentator. I wish I would have had the opportunity to streak on the football field. Good for you, young man. The cops didn't catch him. They're coming out of the woods looking for him. Run home free, young man. Run home free. What a guy. And he got away. He was in a Speedo, apparently, had something graphic written on his back. Good for you, young man. Way to take a chance. So 1st and 10 now, 11:54. Outside give now. As Kidwell takes the first carry of our second half, has about 3 yards. That'll bring up 2nd down and 7.
Exactly the way you want to start the second half. A positive play on first down. Pick up 3 yards. Keep your play calling options open.
We'll keep an eye on the woods. The cap's not going anywhere. I'm trying to figure out, do I watch the World Series? Do I watch the game? Do I watch the nudie chase? What do we do, Matt? So 11:24, Ross Reinhardt, our head production assistant, says keep your eyes on the field, Will. So I will listen as the carry for the Mustangs, Merida outside. And now we have a flag with some extracurricular activity. So we'll wait and see what they call here.
Yeah, I'm not really sure. I didn't see much. I'm interested to see what happened. Personal foul on the Indians. That's going to be a 15-yard penalty.
An automatic first down.
Automatic first down here for the Mustang offense. We talked about what they want to do coming right out of halftime, Will, and that is control this next drive. eat up some of that clock, shorten this game even more here with a 19-10 lead.
So fresh set of downs now as Eldon has it up to their own 38-yard line now as Kempker under center. Quick inside hitter, and there he goes. Kidwell outside, inside the 50, taken down to the 46-yard line. He has 17 yards and a big-time hitter. That's a first down for Eldon now inside of Osage territory.
I'm really impressed by this Eldon offense. You know, doing a great job up front. This offensive line is making some holes, and then Kidwell just running right through him. I mean, he's a big kid, and he's finding huge holes out there, picking up another first down here for the Mustang offense.
We'll see if Eldon can continue this success on the road. Inside give, and wonderful job sniffing that one out by the Osage defense. Very nearly taking the snap was Nick Riley. Matt, sorry, partner.
No, it's all right. I was just going to say, they're really just, this offense doesn't look that threatening. You know, they line up. You're like, okay, they're running the football. Where, you know, let's stack the box. Let's get ready. And somehow they just keep finding holes and finding a way to pick up positive yardage. They haven't moved backwards much all night. If they can keep that up, they're going to have a good chance to win this football game.
Right, partner, now in 2nd and 8, 10 minutes to go here in the third quarter. It's the give to Merida, and he's upended and taken down. Nice piece of tackling by Magnuson. He helps up Merida. Nice sportsmanship as well, and that's going to bring up 3rd down and 7.
Pickup of 1 brings up a 3rd down and 7.
Well, tough 3rd down situation here. 3rd and long. What are they going to do? They're going to let Kempker use his arm a little bit. He's doing that well. Bootleg him out. A lot of options here for the Mustang offense.
Yeah, and as many options as it is, we'll see if Kempker can pick up this first down on 3rd and 7. He's going to keep it like you touched on, partner. He makes the first guy miss with the inside cut. Makes his way down to the 32-yard line, and on the 11-yard gain, Austin Kempker has a Mustang first down.
Yeah, Kempker really impressing me here tonight. Good decision making. Decides to tuck that one, says, let me take this one myself. I'm having a great game here. I'm feeling it tonight. Picking up another big chunk of yardage, first down, Mustangs.
So this is the 8th play of the drive already for the Mustangs, and they've eaten up 3 minutes here in the early going in the second half. Kidwell now the carry, and he works his way up through the middle, inside the 10, down to the 5, and he's down at the 3-yard line as Jason Edwards hangs on for dear life and all the way down to the 4-yard line. And that right there is the big-time gainer.
Yeah, Kidwell strutting a little bit after that. He's feeling it as well. This entire Mustang offense is just kind of clicking right now. Opening up huge holes by the offensive line. Kempker managing the game. Running backs just picking up positive yardage on every touch of the ball. This Indian defense is going to have to come up with a huge play here to get their football team back in the game.
Kempker now they give to Kidwell, who is taken down as
Kidwell on the carry.
He's upended by C.J. Myers. First Indian there brings up 2nd down and goal now.
I think that's going to be the strategy with Kidwell. Go low on him. Take that guy's legs out, because trying to get him up high around the shoulders or above the waist, he's a big, strong kid. He's been fighting off tackles all night.
Yeah, what a ball game he's had already tonight, and only his 2nd game back from that fibula injury, and it's a big part of the Mustangs' resurgence here towards the end of the season, and his team up 9, knocking on the door. Kidwell gets the carry, and he's into the end zone for his 3rd touchdown of the night, and the Eldon Mustangs find themselves up 25-10 with 7:52 left in this 3rd quarter of play.
I really am running out of good things to say about this Mustang offense here. Just another nice, methodical drive. Eats up 4 minutes of the clock. No yardage lost, I don't think, on the entire drive. All positive plays from the line of scrimmage. So just a great job by the Indian offense coming out and executing their first drive of the second half. Really putting the pressure on this Eldon Mustang football, or this Osage Indian football team.
Kempker steps up in the pocket, and he's taken down violently by Jacob Mason. Wonderful stop, and after the failed two-point conversion, it is 25-10 Eldon with a 15-point lead over the Indians of Osage. 7:52 left here in this third quarter, folks. We'll be back on Lake TV after this.
Open. I'm Chris Wagner of Farmers Insurance. Not only do I have great hands, Farmers Insurance has great rates. So come see us in Lake Ozark because I want to be your insurance agent. You're watching exclusive coverage of high school football on Lake TV.
We are farmers. It's a new look,
a new location,
but the same family-owned way of doing business.
Stop by and see our new home
and discover how we'll go above and beyond to serve you even better.
We're family-owned, Rick Ball Ford Lincoln in Sedalia.
And we're back, folks, on Lake TV as Eldon now set to kick away to the Indians, and the Indians not used to being down 2 scores. They find themselves down 15 points. Here with 7:52 left in the third quarter. A nice spot. Lake TV Fan of the Year, Dakota Williams, was just holding that football up over his head. Very, very proud of that. We love Dakota here at Lake TV. So 7:52 left in Dakota's Mustangs. He predicted them to win in the pregame, and well, they're well on their way here. 25-10, fielded at the 15-yard line. Nice return. Hunter Davison, balls on the turf, and oh my, who has it? This could be disastrous, and Max Maple saves the day for the Osage Indians. Big time return as Maples very wisely falls on it. I'm not sure who forced the fumble, but it was Davidson. Full head of steam. Hunter Davidson had the huge return earlier for the Indians, and this time gets a little careless with the football, jarred free, and Osage very nearly with a first turnover of tonight's game.
That would have been a huge one. Look, pressure is on this Indian offense right now.
Wheeler now, C.J. Myers has the reception across the 40 up to the 43-yard line. That's good for 11 yards and a first down, and a very good sign for the Osage Indians.
Yeah, good idea. Nice, easy toss, pass and catch to get the offense going a little bit.
Enough for another Osage. First and 10 for the Indians at their own 43-yard line.
Wheeler now rolls out into the flat. He's got Edwards, and big hit on the play by Austin Pipes. He has 2, but I'll tell you what, the Mustang defense been all over Jason Edwards on those short, quick hitters. Just 3 yards on the play, and that brings up 2nd down and 7.
Yeah, Wheeler looking comfortable and composed out there as usual, completing his passes. Here with the inside handoff. Not much doing up the middle.
Nick Raleigh, the ball carrier.
Good job by the Mustangs defense.
Pick up a 2. It's going to bring up a 3rd down and 6.
So 3rd down and 7 now for the Indians. They were only 2 of 7 on 3rd downs in the first half. This is their first 3rd down of the second half. So Wheeler out of the gun, empty backfield now, steps up, throws, and he's got his man C.J. Myers once again down to the 40. He delivers a finishing blow on the defender. He's down to the 37-yard line. That's good for 16 yards. And for the second straight time, it's C.J. Myers, the first down reception.
Yeah, good job by the offensive line there of the Indians, giving Wheeler some time. He bought himself a little more time, found his receiver, first down, Indians.
So Wheeler now out of the gun. Steps up now. Looks, he's got Edwards across the middle. Edwards inside the 20, inside the 15. Stutter steps and he's down to the 7-yard line. That's good for 30 yards. And another Osage first down. That's Edwards' 6th reception of the night. This one the longest. This one goes for 30 yards and sets the Indians up 1st and goal.
Yeah, I don't think these offenses could be any more different. We've got the Osage Indians running a spread-type offense, letting Wheeler make a lot of decisions, throwing the football. The Mustangs, on the other hand, handing the ball off almost the entire game, except when Kemper decides to throw for 35 yards.
It's a quick option out to Nick Riley, and he's into the house for a touchdown from 8 yards out, and the Indians answer right back. They pull within 9, and they are just an extra point away from pulling this to a 1-score ball game, and the Indians needed to answer, and they do.
Yeah, the offense does exactly what they need to do. Not even 2 minutes off the clock. March right down the field, get in the end zone. looking to tack on the extra point here. Bring us to a 25-17 ball game.
So Edwards now in to attempt the extra point. He's missed just 3 this year, including 1 for 1 tonight. The hold is up, and oh my goodness, it's up and off the top right, upright, falls short. Only his 4th missed extra point of the night, and that could loom huge because it remains a 2-score ball game. 25-16 Eldon, 6:19 to go in the 3rd quarter. You're watching exclusive coverage of high school football on Lake TV.
Walt, our local Hy-Vee pharmacist. He's highly trained to counsel, support, and care for your chronic and complex medical needs. Hy-Vee Pharmacy Solutions is your complete source for specialized pharmacy services. Meet Amy, our local Hy-Vee dietitian. She's our most credible source of food and nutrition information. She's your go-to for shopping tours that focus on your diet needs. You can even take a biometric screening on site. At Hy-Vee and Osage Beach, our health experts can't wait to meet you.
Back here on Lake TV, William Holtz, Matt Wamser, as the Indians get set to kick off. Man, that's a big-time miss on the extra point. Like I said, keeps it at a 2-score ball game. If Edwards is able to convert, it would pull it to 17-25, and of course that's touchdown and 2-point conversion. But positive sign for the Indians. They march right down the field. Only takes them about 7 plays, 5 passing, 2 rushing. They cover 74 yards, and like you said, not a whole lot of time comes off the clock. So Gaines now set to kick off for the Indians. A little short pooch fielded at the 31 very wisely by a Mustang here. And DePay takes him down at the 40-yard line. Nice job by number 8 of the Mustangs, Austin Pipes. Good return, and Eldon once again with good field position. 1st and 10 at their own 40.
Yeah, Austin Pipes making a good decision there. You know, picking up that short pooch kick, trying to find some room on the outside, and then just finishing that run at the end, just putting his head down, making himself tough to tackle. But it's all up to the Indians' defense here now. They're going to have to slow down this Mustang offense and give their team a chance to get the offense back on the football field.
Inside give, that's Kidwell, and he's pushed back and taken down by Nick Riley at the line of scrimmage. Nothing doing for Kidwell there, and big time stop. That's going to bring up 2nd down and 10 now.
Yeah, good job by Riley getting in there and stuffing the run on big man Kidwell. Doing a good job driving him back, and he needs a couple of his friends to come help him take him down to the ground.
So no gain. We're inside 6 minutes to play, and I'll tell you, this game really flying by, and it's flying by because of Eldon's offensive style. They run the ball, they huddle up, they draw the play clock to within 5 seconds nearly every play. It's their style of play, and it's working well now. Oh, and very nearly taking the handoff was a Mustang, but Kidwell keeps his legs churning, and on 2nd effort he has 4. That's one of the more impressive 4-yard gains you'll see. Nice job by Kidwell to keep them legs churning. And you see Kidwell, what a thick kid he is. I mean, not real tall, but weighs over 200 pounds, and he's got broad shoulders, and he's tough to bring down.
Yeah, you're going to have to go low with him. If not, you're going to have to bring your friends, because it's going to take 2 or 3 of these Indian tacklers to bring him down here tonight.
Well, my friends, Matt, are dogs, Rizzo and Santo, and they can't tackle, so it's not going to work for me. And now we've got a penalty, and oh boy. I don't know what they're going to call here, Matt, but we'll wait for the official's call.
I'm thinking offsides if I got to take a
The Osage coach is pleading it's going to be a false start as he moved the ball. I'm not sure, Matt. You thought it might be offside.
I didn't get a good look at it, but
I mean, I agree with Ross Reinhardt and also the Osage coaches. It looked like the center moved the ball. Osage moves on the movement of the ball, and so it should be either a false start or just a play. I mean, if the ball moves and the rest of the offense doesn't move, it's not a false start. It just means the offense didn't know the ball was snapped. It could be a play, and I don't know if there was ever a tackle or anything, but interesting situation here. And so it's going to be no flag. It's an inadvertent whistle.
Replay, 3rd down.
and that's just the officials making a mistake. What happened was some of the offensive linemen of the Mustangs did not have the
snap count
correct, and so they were waiting. Well, apparently center and quarterback Kempker on different pages, and I'll tell you what, interesting play, but 3rd and 6 nonetheless. In motion, and that is Dillon. He takes the snap, he's outside, and he's short of the first down yardage. C.J. Myers with the stop. The ball may have come out. They're going to say he was down, but C.J. Myers' big stop. That brings up 4th down and 3. It's decision time if you're Coach Shannon Jolly here with the Eldon Mustangs.
Yeah, I mean, the ball's at midfield. You know, field positioning is going to matter here in this football game tonight, although it was just the Mustang the Mustang defense was having a tough time stopping the Indians on the last drive. So let's see what they want to do here. Set up to punt the ball away.
Trent Dillon set to do the punting, and Drake Gaines back to return. Ooh, very nearly blocked, and bounces inside the 30, and will be down right there by Parsons at the 24-yard line. So now Osage starting to see the momentum shift back towards their side. They had the touchdown drive, of course couldn't convert on the extra point, but they did stop Eldon's offense for the first time in a while, and they get the ball back with an opportunity to cut into this 9-point lead with 3:48 left in the 3rd quarter.
Yeah, a big stop by the Indians defense, exactly what the doctor ordered. They needed a big stop after their last score. Give their offense an opportunity to come down and make this a 1-score football game.
Inside give, and look at Riley go. He's up to the 34-yard line. He's got 10 yards and an Indian first down. I think that could put him over 100 on the night, or very close to. He's at 95 yards on 11 carries. Those stats courtesy of one of our wonderful production assistants, Steve Hogg Wickham, joining the crew this year, as Gaines tried to haul that in. That's got to be pass interference. Number 25 made a wonderful play, but unfortunately for him, he was there early. However, the official gives Brandt the benefit of the doubt, and I'll tell you what, maybe I'm mistaken. Maybe Brandt got there at the exact time the ball arrived. Either way, it goes down as a wonderful defensive play, and it'll bring up 2nd down and 10.
Yeah, I'm choosing that second option. I thought he had great timing on that play.
All right, well, good call, partner. Out of the shotgun now, Wheeler rolls. Gonna throw, and oh, baby, very nearly intercepted by Brandt. He had a gift. Wheeler did not see the linebacker shifting over. He underthrew his target, and that was very nearly disastrous. And neither team, it's not that neither team wants to turn it over, just neither team wants to take it away, it seems like.
Yeah, unable to corral that pass. Hit him right in the chest almost. He bobbled the football. And the Indian offensive player did get a hand in and try to break that play up a little bit.
Yeah. Brett just didn't see it clearly, and you're right, coming back to the ball, the Indian receiver did a nice job stopping him. Wheeler steps up now looking for DePay, and he overshoots Dalton DePay by a good 5 or 6 yards. And the Indians, they'll be forced to punt, so Eldon's defense answers the call, and they appear to be giving the football back to their offense with 3:26 left in the 3rd quarter.
Yeah, so the Indians unable to capitalize on the first stop by their defense. Wheeler a little upset with himself. You can see his body language. He thought he had him. He knows he overthrew it just a tad and missed a big opportunity.
So Edwards now into punt, takes the snap, and he gets off a dandy, fielded by Moretta as there wasn't a lot of hang time, tries to get outside, and he will across the 40, makes his way up near midfield. He has it up to the 49-yard line. We do have a flag back at the 37, typically in the vicinity of holding or illegal block in the back, and we'll wait for the official's call.
Yeah, I think I saw the illegal block in the back out there, so we're going to have to mark that one off from the spot of the foul.
Meanwhile, in our World Series update brought to you by Chances Are Restaurant and Lounge in Laurie, Missouri, a West Side tradition since 1989. The Cubs and Indians deadlock 0-0 top of the 5th. The Indians do have 2 runners on with 1 out as Jason Kipnis faces Kyle Hendricks with a 1-0 count. How about a 6-4-3 double play ball, partner?
Face mask against the Indians.
And so actually, it's a face mask against the Indians. They tack on 15 yards. And Eldon has it into Osage territory. 1st and 10 at the 46-yard line. So go figure, partner.
Yeah, was way off on that one. I'm saying block in the back. Referees say face mask.
I thought it was probably going to be a block in the back for a hold as well. Now Kempker, the give to Kidwell. Lowers his head, and he has about 3 or 4. And although it doesn't seem like a lot, Eldon coaches will take that all day long.
Brought down by Magnuson and C.J. Myers.
Got the Mustang offense unable to move the ball or get any scoring on their last drive. But you know what they did, Will? They did eat up some of that clock. And every chance they get, they're going to methodically run, like you said, run that play clock down to about 5 seconds before they snap the ball. And the clock just seems to run when they have the football. They're always on the ground. They're always staying inbounds. So they really look to shorten the football game. And they like that, being up by 9 points right now.
Yeah, I mean, if you look at time of possession in this game, it has to favor the Mustangs here as Merida makes his way inside the 40, down to the 39-yard line. And that'll bring up 3rd down and 3 now. And so far, Eldon, they're 1 for 2 in this half on 3rd down. They were 2 for 5 in the first half. So on the game, partner, they are 3 of 7. And we'll see if they can't convert on 3rd and 3. There's the give to Merida, and first guy was there. He couldn't get him, and Merida stretches the football out to the 35-yard line, and he has an Eldon Mustang first down. What a wonderful job by Merida to get the first down.
Yeah, Merida doing some tough running there. Really got hit right about the line of scrimmage and just went ahead and just kept his feet moving, kept him churning, picked up a huge first down for the Mustang offense and keeping that clock rolling.
Isaiah Merida, how about that young man? Big time first down on 3rd and 3. He gets 3 1/inch. And 1st and 10 from the 35 now. Kempker keeps the ball, he's outside, and he's taken down. Nice piece of tackling. Looks like Austin Magnuson with the stop. Cam, I'll tell you what, good run by Kempker again. He gets 4, but you see Osage expecting that play, able to put a player defensively in that area where Kempker's been eating them up.
Yeah, I think they see it coming, but you know what? This Mustang offense is doing such a great job of blocking that play. That looks like what's been one of their go-to plays tonight. And they seem to just be putting a hat on every defender out there.
Kempker now on 2nd and 6. It gives to Kidwell. He's got first down yardage inside the 25, down to the 24-yard line, and another Mustang first down. We're inside a minute to play here in the 3rd quarter, and Eldon really starting to make the Osage faithful nervous here. They've got a 2-score lead and the football at the 23-yard line. Oh, listen to this. You gotta love this.
Isaiah Merida, the ball carrier. Brought down by Max Maples. Pick up the 2, brings up a 2nd down, and 8.
I don't think anyone's going to give up on this competition as you have the student sections and the bands, front belt, both Eldon and Osage going at it. No one's running out of energy. It looks like both sides had their 5-hour energy. Finally, Osage says, I can't take it anymore. Eldon's victorious on the band chant. And that concludes our 3rd quarter of play. So, as we get ready to enter the 4th quarter, folks, it's the Eldon Mustangs leading by a score of 25-16 in this district semifinal playoff matchup. You're watching exclusive coverage of high school football on Lake TV. We'll be back after this.
If it's happening at the lake, it's at Captain Ron's Bar and Grill. Voted best of the lake, Captain Ron's is always a destination for visitors and locals alike. From their relaxing sand beach to the best in regional entertainment, Captain Ron's has something for every taste. And speaking of taste, you won't want to miss the incredible menu featured daily at Captain Ron's. Bring the entire family out and maybe even plan an excursion on the lake's only authentic pirate ship, the Gypsy Rose. Whatever you're craving, you'll find it at the home of the shootout, Captain Ron's Bar and Grill, 34.5-mile marker by boat or Lake Road 550 by car.
And we're back here on Lake TV as you see some of the band students down there doing their best. Cotton Eye Joe here for Osage. Wonderful job. Meanwhile, the World Series, Cubs in desperate need of a double play ball as they got bases loaded due to the Indians. And Francisco Lindor batting, so already 2 for 2 on the night. Maybe I shouldn't watch. As we get ready to start our fourth quarter of play, folks, in the Eldon Mustangs. They have it 2nd and 8 at the 21-yard line of Osage. And right now, Eldon in the driver's seat.
Here's a 2nd down and 8.
So 25-16, Eldon with the lead and the ball as they're knocking on the doorstep at the 21-yard line. There's the give to Kidwell. He lowers his head, and he's got about 2 or 3 yards, brings up 3rd and 4. Kidwell 3 touchdown runs tonight. He has been sensational thus far.
Yeah, what a lift to this Mustang offense, or this Mustang football team. He plays on both sides of the ball. Huge kid out there. He's been making tackles. He's been breaking tackles. 3 touchdowns. What a game so far for him. Coming in tonight, Lake TV Spotlight Player of the Game, and he's showing us exactly why we chose him.
So 3rd and 4 now. Big time play, needless to say. Osage trying to draw him off sides, and the official very nearly threw it. He doesn't, and it is Morita once again. I believe he's got it. Eldon first down as they have him at the 13-yard line. He needed the 13-yard line. Of course, we'll have an official measurement as we are very, very close, but I think he's got first down yardage.
I just can't believe how different these two offenses are. You know, we've got the Mustangs out there running methodically, running the football all game long. And then you got the Indians, the exact opposite. They go down and score in under 2 minutes on most of their scoring drives. One, they've got incomplete passes. They're throwing the ball through the air. So just completely different of offensive styles here for these two football teams. It's proven to be an excellent matchup for tonight's football game.
They give him a first down, so Eldon, fresh set of downs.
At the Osage 13-yard line.
So 1st and 10, ball at the 13-yard line. This would be a wonderful time for Osage to get a takeaway. Be a wonderful time for Eldon to do their best to deliver that nail right into that coffin. If they can score, potentially they can make it a 3-score ball game.
Have not had a problem with ball security all night, this Mustang offense. Let's look for them to keep that up, protect the football, especially deep in the Indians' territory.
Good well on the carry. Brought down by Jacob Mason.
Mason once again on the stop, and we've called his name not just all night but all season long. Jacob Mason, the wonderful defensive tackle, plays interior defensively and on the offensive line. And I'll tell you what, he's doing everything he can do to keep his ball team in this game. They know what's riding on the line. Into the end zone looking for Anderson, and nice job by Jason Edwards to get in there and knock it away as quarterback Austin Kemker was looking for his tight end, the senior, Morgan Anderson. Not a bad throw. He had a step, but you've got to credit Jason Edwards.
Yeah, I like the play call. You know, give Kemker that chance. He's been feeling it all game. He's completed all of his passes so far. Good job looking to the end zone, trying to put that nail in the coffin, but great defensive play by the Mustangs. Look for them to go through the air again here to try to pick up a first down.
3rd and 10, they're 3 of 4 on 4th down in the second half. Kemker the give now, he's got something going. Morita works his way outside down to the 10-yard line. He has just 3 yards, that'll bring up 4th down, so you've got to credit the Osage defense as they force Coach Jolly into decision time, and I don't think it's much of a decision. His offense stays out there 4th and 6 Be interesting to see if they don't line up for a field goal. Of course, you know Austin Kempker does the place holding, and they send senior tight end Morgan Anderson to the sideline to get the call. 9-point game, and it's going to be the offense. Look for the hard count. No one's out there on the outside, wide open and jumping offside. Big time mistake, number 55 for the Osage Indians, Chris Halsell. You just cannot jump offside in that situation. I said watch the hard count. Of course, Halsell probably can't hear me from down there, but I don't know how in that situation you can't be thinking that. Very, very big mistake, and as disciplined as we've got accustomed to seeing Coach Devin Johnson teams, Osage made a couple of mistakes tonight that could come back to haunt them.
Yeah, they've done that play at least 3 or 4 times tonight. Come out, just set up. They had a wide receiver uncovered at the top of the football field, but I think they were just going hard con all the way. Works for the first time of the night, picking up a huge first down. Oh, sorry, they picked up a 4th and 1 opportunity. 5-yard penalty.
So 4th and 2 now. Kempker the give. Kidwell works his way forward, and he's very, very close, and I will, of course, we'll wait for the spot. I think he's inside the 3. The far official has him just inside the 3. That's a first down, I believe, and should bring up 1st and goal. It will for the Mustangs.
At the Osage 2-yard line.
Big time conversion by Eldon, and with under 9 minutes to go, a touchdown here for the Mustangs could essentially, well, I guess it'd still be a 2-score game unless Eldon was willing to gamble and go for a 2-point conversion. Or at that point in time, boy, that'd be an interesting situation we might see here in just a minute. So 1st and goal, ball at the 3-yard line. Kempker to Kidwell. He already has 3 now, and he's going to be taken down. Kidwell inside the 3-yard line. And Kidwell, ooh, he is shaken up and hurt. He's going to go back, and I think he was unhappy after that play. He shakes it off and runs back to the huddle. He says, hey, I have 3 touchdowns tonight. I smell the end zone. I don't care if I get banged up. I'm going to stay in the ballgame and see if I can't deliver touchdown run number 4 and send these Eldon Mustangs to the district championship game. So 2nd and goal, ball at the 3, 7:50 left here in the 4th quarter. And we have a timeout as Eldon just gets the timeout in before the play clock expires. So we'll do a short commercial break. We'll be right back on Lake TV after this.
It's a new look.
A new location.
But the same family-owned way of doing business.
Stop by and see our new home.
And discover how we'll go above and beyond to serve you even better.
We're family-owned. Rick Ball Ford Lincoln in Sedalia.
At Lake Regional Sports Medicine, we're proud to support our local student athletes.
Increasing their safety so they can compete in the sports they love.
At Lake Regional Sports Medicine, keeping athletes safe and healthy is not just a job, it's a passion.
That's why Lake Regional offers 5 area locations for physical therapy.
And a team of physicians specialized in sports medicine.
Lake Regional Sports Medicine, here for you.
On the road, on the trail, or on the water, if you're looking for heart-pounding performance and fun, head for YC Power Sports in Osage Beach. The biggest and best brand names in the field, along with incredible selection and unrivaled service. Make this year at the lake the best it can be, with a visit to our showroom in Osage Beach, and coming soon, our new relocated showroom in Columbia. Take a look at YCPowersports.com too. Summer fun is just waiting for you at YC Power Sports in Osage Beach and Columbia.
We're back on Lake TV now. And the Eldon Mustangs knocking on the doorstep. They hold a 9-point lead. And they've got it 2nd and goal from the 3-yard line. 7:43 left in the game. Kempker takes the snap. It's Kidwell, and he's into the end zone. His 4th touchdown of the night, his 8th of the season, and he's yet to play 3 full games, folks. So Trenton Kidwell in his 2nd game back has 4 touchdowns, and it's a 15-point ball game now. So this is a huge 2-point conversion attempt. If they convert, it becomes a 3-score ball game. If they don't, it's still just a 15-point ball game, and Osage has life.
If there's one area of the football of this football game that the Mustangs have not executed well, it has been their kicking game and the 2-point conversion.
Well, Dillon's out to attempt the extra point, so even if he converts, still a 2-score game. The hold, the kick is up, and it is good. So Trenton Dillon puts the Eldon Mustangs up 32-16 with 7:39 left in the game, folks. We'll have the rest of this playoff game on Lake TV after this.
Chances are Restaurant and Lounge in Laurie is a hometown favorite and has been since 1989. With generous portions, favorable pricing, and a familiar staff that treats you like family, going to Chances Are is a no-brainer. They're open for breakfast, lunch, and dinner 7 days a week. Come in on the weekends for the prime rib and all-you-can-eat shrimp. And on Saturday night, year-round, they feature live music with some of the area's hottest bands. And if you stay out too late on the weekend and need that late breakfast fix the next morning, come enjoy our all-you-can-eat breakfast buffet until noon on Saturdays and 1 on Sundays. Off Highway 5 in Laurie, come find out what makes us so special, and
if you're here once,
chances are you'll be back.
And we are back, folks, and I'll tell you what, Eldon taking care of business, and it is Trenton Kidwell with his 4th touchdown of the night. And the Mustangs, I took Osage to win by a score of 31-25. But it's Eldon up 32-16, and that one fielded by Gaines inside the 30. We'll see if he can't get something going. He's across the 40 up to the 44-yard line, and that's a wonderful starting field position, and about all you could have asked for if you were Coach Devin Johnson. And now it's time to find out what junior quarterback Zach Wheeler's made out of. His team is down 16 points. He needs 2 touchdowns, 2 2-point conversions. He's got all 3 timeouts in the bag, but the clock, it's becoming an issue. Not only that, but your defense is going to have to find a way to get at least 1 stop of these Eldon Mustangs at some point in time. But first, they have to score to keep this one alive. Out of the shotguns, Wheeler. Drops back, wonderful protection. Now Wheeler flushes, steps up in the pocket. He's going to very wisely run out of bounds at the 49-yard line. He has about 6 yards, maybe 7. We're going to give him 7 yards. It's going to bring up 2nd down and 3.
Yeah, time is becoming a factor here tonight, Will. But if there's any team that can score quick, it's going to be this Osage Indians offense. A couple of touchdown drives tonight, all of them, around 2 to 3 minutes time of possession. So they can score quick and often.
You got to give Drake Gaines a chance. Wheeler now throws in, very nearly hauled in to pay. Looking to come to the football. Nice defensive play by Austin Kempker. Coming in on defense, making a play. That's going to bring up 3rd down and 2 for Osage.
Yeah, Kemker doing a good job of reading that play. Probably watching the quarterback a little bit. He knows a little bit about being a quarterback. So good job defensively getting in there, breaking up that pass.
So 3rd and 2 now. Direct snap. Riley takes it. He's across the 40. 1st down. And more, and what a move. Riley inside the 30. Outside of the 20, and he's finally taken down, but not till he makes his way to the 14-yard line. That's good for 37 yards and a big-time run by Nick Riley.
36-yard gain on the play.
Huge running play for the Indians offense. Just what they needed. Big play on the ground. He also runs out of bounds, stopping the clock.
At the Eldon 14-yard line.
We talked about this Indians offense scoring quick. It's only been about 40 seconds. They've already gone about 50 yards. Look for them to tuck it in here in the end zone.
So Wheeler now has to protect the football. 1st and 10, ball at the 14-yard line. 7:13 left in the game. McCann now comes in motion, lines up at the slot. Wheeler takes the snap. He looks quick, and he's looking for DePay, and that one falls incomplete. Really fortunate. That one was almost thrown backwards, and if that was the case, boy, could have been very, very disastrous.
Wheeler's pass intended for DePay is incomplete.
Yeah, Wheeler unable to connect with DePay on that play. He's looking for that quick hitter. We talked about that. Let's get the ball in the playmaker's hands. Let them try to break a tackle and get in the end zone. exactly what they're trying to do, just couldn't come together on the pass and catch.
2nd and 10. I'm going to say Drake Gaines in the end zone for a touchdown. On this play, I call Drake Gaines touchdown. And he's looking for Gaines, and he scores! Drake Gaines from 14 yards out. Call me crazy, call me lucky. Regardless, I'm not going gambling, folks. It's Osage pulls it to 10, and they're going to have to keep the offense out on the field. Drake Gaines' 6th touchdown of the year. And now it's an ever so important 2-point attempt here for the Osage Indians.
Yeah, less than a minute off the clock. Indians march down the field, get in the end zone. Great pass, great play. Good call by William Holtz. Might as well put him on the sidelines. Give this guy a coaching notebook. He's ready.
I would take it. I was talking to Dad. We had a night out last night in the town. I was telling him, man, we need to get an offensive coordinator gig somewhere. Anyway, so 7:04 left here in the 4th quarter. And it's a delay of game. Oh, okay. Substitution infraction. And Dad says, he goes, well, I think that we'd have to start like at the high school level. And I said, you're 52, I'm 26. Let's do it. Let's go get our teaching certificate, go back to school, work our way up the ranks. Before long, we're taking the Buffalo Bills to back-to-back Super Bowls. And if you call me a dreamer, I'm not the only one.
Well, that's a good dream to have.
Be my offensive coordinator.
Making it tough on the Indians here. Illegal substitution, bringing them back here. But you know what? Might just give him a little bit more room for Wheeler to open up this end zone a little bit. A little more room for these receivers to get in there.
That's a great call, partner. And look across the middle, and there's a flag, pass interference. All 3 of them see it. So they're going to get it back. And you're right, partner. Something about this quarterback, Zach Wheeler, is not a bad thing because you're going to give him a few more yards, and he's going to get it right back here now on the pass interference. So they're going to get an opportunity to try it again, reset the play clock. And, man, what a ball game we've got here tonight. You know, if Osage is able to convert this or not, still 7 minutes left with all 3 timeouts. I mean, they really are in no need to kick an onside here, even if they don't get this. Still only a 10-point game, 7 minutes left, all 3 timeouts. I mean, the beautiful thing there, took about a minute for the Indians to march down the field and score, and that's exactly what you love about quarterback Zach Wheeler. He can move it, and he can move it quick.
Yeah, this style of offense by Devin Johnson, really, they like to move the ball around, throwing it all the time. Here we go. Just can't seem to get this play to happen.
It's a timeout for the Mustangs as Coach Tim Otto, the defensive coordinator, saw something he didn't like in Burns' timeout. That is the 2nd timeout for the Mustangs. We're going to stay right here on LakeTV. And Matt, what a wonderful opportunity for guys to get out, play against their rivals with something as prestigious as a district championship spot hanging in the balance.
Yeah, what a wonderful opportunity here. Indians just marching it down, really making this one of the most exciting games we've covered all year, Will. And what a time for it. Right here in the playoffs, you expect 2 teams to come out, play their best game. We've seen a lot of that mistake-free football here tonight, and really just 2 teams getting after it. I mean, when you were calling the pregame score of 32-25, I was thinking, I don't see that much scoring tonight. And look what we've got, 32-22, 7 minutes to left. I don't think the scoring's over in this football game.
You know, Matt, and I'm not here to toot my own horn as we hear a couple of toots here out in the street, but I am thus far 11-3 combined in 2 fantasy football leagues, 6-1 and 5-2, first place in both leagues. I don't know if fantasy success carries over to the real gridiron, but I'm certainly willing to give it a shot. And Ross Reinhardt has officially offered me the position of offensive coordinator. I'd like the record to show because I'm going to get my coaching hat ready, and I'm going to be there. So, 2-point attempt here now as Wheeler under pressure. Scrambles outside, throws back across, his body falls incomplete, and Eldon's defense gets a stop when they need it, and it remains a 10-point game. So with 7:04 left in the ball game, it is Eldon still clinging to a 10-point lead. We'll be right back with the rest of this one after this.
LakeTV's High School Game of the Week is brought to you by Lake Regional Health System, Burger Smokehouse, Rick Ball, Ford Lincoln in Sedalia, IV, Polylift Boat Lifts, Yacht Club Power Sports, Chances Are, Crown Power and Equipment, El Espelon, Lake Collision Auto Repair, Captain Ron's, Eldon Family Furniture, and Econo Lodge.
And we are back, folks, on Lake TV. And Matt, I'll tell you what, it has been an absolute thrilling matchup up to this point in time, and we've still got 7 minutes left of football to be played here in this fourth quarter of play. 32-42, and I'll tell you what, Osage now set to kick off, and I'm not saying they won't kick it onside, but you're not forced to. You still have 7 minutes, and you have all 3 timeouts. The thing is can you find a way to stop this Eldon Mustangs offense? And up to this point in time, Osage has not done that on the regular.
No, their running attack has been very potent tonight. And what they've been talking about all game is just managing that clock, and that's what they're especially going to look to do here. Up by still a 2-score football game. They've got time on their side.
Oh, nice piece of kicking now. Kempker, and he touches it inbounds. He's going to have to find a way to get out of the end zone. That is a terrible call. The ball was touched at the 3-yard line by the Eldon player, and it goes into the end zone. That should be a live ball. Should be a safety, or at least, I don't understand the call here. It's a terrible call, and the Osage coach is all over it. The ball was touched by the Eldon player at the 1-yard line. He then makes his way back into the end zone, and at that point in time, he has to get back.
I don't get why he blew the whistle. Maybe they have different rules here for the high school level, but I thought that was a live football. I thought he still had to get out of the end zone before he got tackled for a safety.
Certainly should have had to, and
20-yard line.
I'll tell you what, that is a break for the Eldon Mustangs, and they'll take it. 1st and 10, 7:02 left. Austin Kempker doing a wonderful job leading the Mustangs offense tonight. Here's the give, and it's Kidwell gets through the first line of defense, and he may go midfield, and stiff arm, and what a play all the way down to the 35-yard line, and there's a flag on the play, but right now it's a 45-yard run for Trenton Kidwell.
Yeah, Kidwell with another unbelievable run. This Mustang offense is doing a great job blocking up front. Looks like we've got a flag on the field. I'm not sure what that is, but another great job on this Mustang offense. Their game plan's working to perfection. Their ground and pound game is on point tonight.
It's going to go down as a 45-yard run for Trenton Kidwell. Then you tack on the 15-yard horse collar tackle, and the Eldon Mustangs have it 1st and 10 at the 19-yard line of the Indians, and the Mustangs are not taking their foot off the gas pedal. They got a break on special teams, and good teams capitalize when they get a break, and that's exactly what the Mustangs do. Put it in the hands of their playmaker, Trenton Kidwell. He stutter steps a couple of defenders, and then he scampers 45 yards down the 35-yard line. You tack on the horse collar, and the Mustangs are in business.
We talked about quick scoring capability. The Mustang offense is on their way to a quick score here on this football drive.
And now Kempker back under center. The give, Kidwell makes the first guy miss, but that is it. He's taken down at the line of scrimmage, and they may give him one as Wormuth in on the stop for the Indians brings up 2nd down.
Yeah, I'm really amazed by this Mustang offense running attack. They've got 3 guys so close together. Sometimes I think they're confused and bumping into each other, but somehow, some way, they've been pulling off run after run all night long and doing a great job executing their game plan on offense.
And a big-time offsides here. C.J. Myers gets over Antsy, and tell you what, Austin Kempker really doing a nice job the hard count tonight. That's probably the 4th offsides we've seen the Indians commit on a hard count by Kempker, and he's doing a wonderful job not just controlling the tempo of this game, but controlling the line of scrimmage, and that includes his hard count.
Yeah, you can really see the maturity, the senior leading this football team. He's making plays with his feet. He's throwing the ball well. He's managing the game well. The only mistake, was a little bit of the, that return right here. It just caused a little bit of confusion, but otherwise that Kempker with an outstanding football game tonight.
2nd and 5, 5:30 left in the game. We're into the carry, trying to get outside, and Austin Magnuson says no siree. Wonderful job by Magnuson. He came out of nowhere. That brings up 3rd down and 4 now. And it looks like the Indians may burn their first time out.
Timeout, Osage.
Obviously a must-stop situation here if you're Coach Devin Johnson and the Indians.
Yeah, even when they when the Mustangs got the ball down here in this end of the zone, or this half of the field, I knew they were going to become even more methodical, just a little bit slower, just trying to eat away this clock. They don't mind, a couple of short yardage runs. I think they're in, 4-down territory at this point, deep in the Indians' half of the field. So let's see what they come out here with on 3rd and 5. Got a little bit of work to do.
Yeah, 3rd and 5. You're up, obviously 2 scores at this point in time. You're deep in their own end, and I can guarantee you one thing. On 3rd and 5, the Mustangs are going to keep the ball on the ground because they're not near as concerned about picking up the first down as they are either making Osage burn that second timeout or keeping the clock moving, because right now Eldon has not only the 10-point lead, but they got the clock working in their favor because we're inside 5.5 minutes to go now in the ball game. So on 3rd and 5, we'll see if the Indian defense can't stand tall. Inside give to Kidwell, and Davidson comes up, makes the stop. He limits him to a couple of yards. Brings up 4th down and short, and Osage burns their second timeout.
Davidson on the stop for Osage.
This Mustang offensive game plan has been working to perfection here tonight. I think Coach Jolly had this team ready to go all week long, was talking about a big week of preparation. These kids responded very well, came out on fire tonight, playing with the intensity that he required and playing mistake-free football. So all in all, both these teams have both put together a great game plan and executed pretty well here tonight.
You hit the nail on the head. Eldon has controlled this game from the start. Osage answered the first time they scored, but since it's been 7-7, Osage has yet to lead. As a matter of fact, since Eldon took that 13-7 lead, they've yet to trail in this ball game. And like we said, partner, they're up 10 with 5:20 to go, and they're now faced with a 4th and 3. And this play right here could very well be Osage Indian season on the line.
And I don't know if you mentioned in the pregame show, but coming off a huge win, 32-0 over Springfield Catholic. So you can tell that this team has kind of become, taking it to another level here towards the end of the season and really doing well tonight here in the playoffs.
So 4th and 3, watch the hard count. It's going to be Kemker, going to try to get outside, and he will! Inside the 5 to the pylon. He's taken down at the 1. And boy, did he put a move on Dalton DePay. Austin Kemker very nearly gets to the end zone, but he does set the Mustangs up 1st and goal inside the 1-yard line.
Yeah, Kemker's laying it all on the line tonight, giving up, sacrificing his body, whatever it takes. You can see he's got a little bit of a limp here now. I kind of noticed that earlier in the football game. He might have got a little bit of a tweak on an ankle or a knee. But look at this kid, the senior, battling through the pain, understands that he's got to be out there in order to complete this victory.
So 1st and goal. Be interesting to see if Trenton Kidwell gets his 5th touchdown of the year. It is to Kidwell, and he will. Trenton Kidwell puts this one out of reach potentially. Still a 16-point game, 5 minutes to go. Big-time extra point looming here if you're the Eldon Mustangs. Boy, I'll tell you what, partner. I mean, we thought Eldon was going to have an opportunity to come in here and compete, but I'm not sure any of us thought the Mustangs would lead by 16 at this point in time. So big-time extra point now. Trenton Dillon on to attempt, and we have a sideline violation against the Indians, it looks like.
Sideline warning against the Indians.
I think Coach Johnson is still heated over the play on the kickoff. It really could have changed the momentum. It certainly changed the complexion of the drive for the Mustangs, but Trenton Dillon now, as we said, big extra point coming. The hold, and it is up, and it is good. So Dillon converts, and the Mustangs lead by 3. 39-22, Eldon up over Osage with 5:09 left in the game. We'll be right back on Lake TV after this.
Welcome to Burger's Smokehouse. Winter, spring, summer, or fall, Burger's Smokehouse invites everyone to come and visit our unique visitor center. See all the amazing museum quality displays highlighting the seasons of the Ozarks and learn about meat curing and the history of Burger's Smokehouse. Peruse our factory country store where we offer the largest selection of cured and smoked meats found anywhere. While you're here, grab a smoked meat sandwich and enjoy our video tour in the Good Old Days Theater to see how we produce our famous products. Our 4-generation family business has combined time-tested curing traditions with modern meat processing innovations to become the largest specialty cured and smoked meat processor in the nation. Burger's Smokehouse is nestled deep in the rolling Ozark Hills near California, Missouri, just 20 miles north of Eldon on Highway 87. We're just a short drive from anywhere in the lake area. Just follow the road signs to Burger's Smokehouse. You can find our products in grocery stores throughout the lake area. Visit our website at smokehouse.com. Burger's Smokehouse, your trusted provider of cured and smoked meat since 1952.
Back now as Dylan now with a little pooch kick, and that bounces out of bounds. Last thing you wanted to do there if you're the Mustangs, because no time comes off the clock, and the Mustangs start at the Osage starts at the 35-yard line, Matt, and obviously down 3 scores. You got to air it out and you got to hurry.
Yeah, kind of the first mistake we've seen here on special teams tonight. You know, given the Indians good field position here, when they're desperate for some scoring, and you know how well they work the ball down the field and how quickly they can do that. Kicking the ball as deep as possible, maybe even just giving one of those little ground, you know, the little worm burner, you know, just kick that thing on the ground, tow that thing down there. Make it difficult, make a decision, but needless to say, Indians football, 35-yard line.
I don't know if you remember last year's broadcast partner, probably our best broadcast ever. It was the Eldon Mustangs who prevailed 42-39. It was a late interception by Owen Tam that sealed the deal, and it was, you know, to my understanding, he had some rough coverage late in the game, and he redeems himself making a huge game-sealing interception last year at Victor Field in Eldon, and now the official coming over, and I don't know exactly what's happening, but now's a game that went back and forth, and the reason I bring that up is because at one point in time, Osage in that game was down 21 points, came back to very nearly win that, and looked like they were going to win that in field goal range before Tam pulled off the improbable interception in the end zone. And boy, that's one not only will we not soon forget, but everyone involved in this rivalry won't soon forget. And so you know they're thinking of that as Osage down 17 with 5 minutes to go.
That's a great memory, Will. I wasn't thinking about that matchup. I didn't realize it was these two teams, and what a great game to kind of.
It is Dalton DePay who had it at the 40-yard line. In and out of his hands. He had some room to roam, too, and I'll tell you what, you got to make that play for your quarterback and for your team. That brings up 2nd down and 10 now.
Yeah, Wheeler missed him earlier in the football game on that exact same play, and DePay just unable to come up with the football right there. Would have been a huge play for the offense, but Wheeler put the ball right where it needed to be. DePay unable to come up with the reception.
Quick option now, Nick Riley outside, and he's hit. Rolls forward now across the 44 and taken down there at the 45-yard line, very near first down yardage. And in the Sullivan game against Owensville, the 1-seed Owensville team, they win 26-0, and so they will host either the Eldon Mustangs or the Osage Indians next week. Either way, that's the game LakeTV will have for you guys. Burger Smokehouse pregame show from Owensville. 6:40 hits the air. Looking deep now for Gaines. He's got him inside the 30. Hit down at about the 17-yard line where he stepped out of bounds, and it's Drake Gaines with a 37, 38, 39-yard completion. And that's a big-time hitter. Boy, I'll tell you what, Drake Gaines talked about him in the pregame. The other half of this wide receiver duo with Jason Edwards, and he has been wonderful. And on that play, just a wonderful throw from quarterback Zach Wheeler.
Yeah, it was. I thought he might have overthrown Gaines by just a step, but Gaines did a great job keeping his eye on the ball.
Dangerous comeback route looking for Gaines. Again, trying to keep feet in the hot hand, and nice job. Dawson comes and breaks that up Pipes rather, with the breakup for the Mustangs. Austin Pipes had some big-time defensive plays in this ball game in the first half, and he continues to make plays here when it really, really matters. So 2nd and 10 now. Osage, as we've seen, can move the ball at will, and they can do it quickly. So Wheeler now across the middle. He's got to pay now, and he makes the reception inside the 10. At the 9, and Osage going to have to keep hurrying down 3 scores.
Yeah, we talked about the quick hitter, another offensive drive. Not even a minute and a half into this drive, they've already covered 65 yards. Wheeler looking to set here, looking to get in the end zone here on the 10-yard line. Big hit.
Yeah, Nick Riley takes a big hit on the outside. Not until he gets first down yardage. The stop on the play.
Knocked out of bounds by Cole Walker.
It was Cole Walker, but boy, did he take a hit on the play. And Osage gets the clock stoppage as they reset the sticks. They have it 1st and goal at the 7-yard line. So Wheeler out of the shotgun. Bunch receivers, trip bottom of your screen. He rolls that way, throws across his body and falls incomplete to pay the intended target. Cole Walker very nearly picks that one off, brings up 2nd down and goal from the 7. Now the nice thing is for the Indians, not a lot of time coming off the clock on these plays.
Right, their offensive design, they're throwing the ball all the time, most plays, and then what's that doing is it allows them to stop the clock on incomplete passes and move the ball quickly down the football field.
So 39-22. Direct snap to Nick Riley. He's inside the 5, and they've got to hurry. He's down to the 3-yard line, and kind of a risky play. You hope you score on it, but if you don't, you're just eating up precious seconds off the clock. And when you need 3 scores, I think that's a risk you're not willing to take. Wheeler over the middle, and I would say that's got to be a penalty. Yeah, certainly DePay got hit, and I'll tell you what, the back judge started to grab his flag. He didn't, not knowing whether the flag was thrown. That's a call you have to make regardless if someone else calls it, because, clear, blatant pass interference call, and Osage has another opportunity here. But interesting on that play.
Yeah, that's where the official just needs to go with his gut. Like you said, he's reaching for the flag. Just continue complete the action. You reach for it for a reason because you thought you saw something. You got to go ahead and go with your gut and just go with your first reaction.
So now Dylan Riley takes the direct snap, and he'll get into the, no, they say he's down inside the 1. That's going to bring up 4th and goal. The near side official says no, and so they spot that inside the 1-yard line, and we look to have an injured Mustang, Trenton Dillon, down. We'll check on him and take a short commercial break. We'll be back on Lake TV after this.
Polylift Boat Lifts.
Your boat is a major investment. Make sure it sits on a poly lift.
When you need a boat lift to raise your boat out of the water, choose the one voted best boat lift at the lake. Choose Polylift. Any size, built with the best quality construction, a lifetime warranty on the tanks, and the service to stand behind it. We don't just build boat lifts, we build Polylifts.
We don't just build boat lifts, we build poly lifts.
Open. I'm Chris Wagner of Farmers Insurance. Not only do I have great hands, Farmers Insurance has great rates. So come see us in Lake Ozark because I want to be your insurance agent. You're watching exclusive coverage of high school football on Lake TV.
We are farmers.
So Trenton Dillon able to walk off on his own accord, and that's a good sign if you're the Mustang fans. Obviously this was not over, but it looks like the Mustangs could be on their way to Owensville for a big district championship game. So 4th and goal now. They're going to have Wheeler line up under center. Takes it, and he sneaks into the end zone for a touchdown. And so still alive are the Osage Indians. 28-39, 3.5 minutes to go. And obviously an extra point attempt coming up for Jason Edwards. And that extra point that Edwards missed earlier looms big, because if he had made that, they'd be able to attempt the 2-point conversion and cut it to an 8-point ball game, which is a 1-score game. Obviously, a lot of shoulda, coulda, woulda, what's, ifs, ands, or buts. And Osage still down 2 scores after Edwards converts on the extra point. So 39-29, 3.5 minutes to go, folks. This one promises to be a thriller all the way to the finish, and we'll have it on Lake TV.
We We are individualists. We are determined to grow, build, and cultivate the life of our dreams. We like our way of living. Who are we? Number 1 in subcompact tractors, number 1 in compact excavators, and number 1 in diesel engines. We are Kubota.
It's a new look,
A new location.
but the same family-owned way of doing business.
Stop by and see our new home.
And discover how we'll go above and beyond to serve you even better.
We're family owned. Rick Ball Ford, Lincoln, and Sedalia.
And we are back, folks. If you are just tuning in, it's Trenton Kidwell and the Eldon Mustangs up 39-29. Kidwell, our Hy-Vee Spotlight player of the game in tonight's Burger Smokehouse pregame show, and he has been big. He has 5 touchdowns tonight, over 150 yards, and he's been as good as advertised and better. And I'll tell you what, 9 touchdowns through 3 games thus far. He's only played 3 games this season, and he's been very, very good. So a short, quick one, and nice job. Morgan Anderson pulls that one out, but we have a flag. It looks like it's going to be offside, so they'll have to re-kick it. They can't decline it. They're going to have to re-kick it because the play was blown dead. So the nice play by tight end Morgan Anderson to field it, it'll be all for none as the Eldon Mustangs will be forced to re-kick. And if you're wondering why is that not able to be declined, because once the officials see the offsides, they blow the play dead, which you don't see in the NFL. Obviously, the play will continue, and a lot of times in an onside kick situation, you see the players getting
against the Indians.
over antsy, and you see that very typically. In high school, it kind of ends up being a big benefit for the Indians because that would be Mustang ball. So the Indians have to have an onside kick here. Jason Edwards does the trick. And he kicks it short where there's no one at. Takes a bounce inside the 30. And Osage has it at the 27-yard line.
Wow.
What a job by the Osage Special Teams unit. They saw a gap in the Eldon kick return unit. No one was within 15 yards, and a beautiful kick that not only hit where it needed to hit, it bounced away. It needed a bounce for Jason Edwards. And folks, I don't even know how to say it. It's another Eldon Osage game, and what else would you expect, partner?
Right, we talked about a turnover, maybe a big play going to make the difference in the game, and that might have been it just right there. Great play by the Indian special teams. Look at him, looking to the end zone, looking for
Gaines, and what a play by Brandt, knocks it away. Very nearly, Pipes, once again, and Pipes has been a shutdown corner for the majority of the evening. What a battle we've had between him and Gaines going back and forth. Although Gaines has got the best of him on a couple of plays, Pipes has played a wonderful ball game tonight.
I mean, this Indian offense just plays a completely different game. I mean, they're out at the 25-yard line, you know, throwing at the end zone. So wherever they are on the field, they're a threat to score.
So Wheeler now steps up in the pocket. He's looking for DePay, and he overshoots him as that one hits the turf at the 5. So 3rd down now.
He's at the 3rd down and 10.
So if you're Coach Devin Johnson, I mean, you couldn't have hoped for the special teams unit to perform any better here, and now it's time for the offense to get it going. Wheeler takes the snap. Under pressure into the flat, he has Nick Riley, and he's out of bounds at the 25-yard line, and that's going to bring up 4th down and 7. And Osage, I know you want to score a touchdown here, but you have to get the 1st down. And if you're Coach Johnson, you'd almost consider sending Edwards out, kick the field goal. I mean, you need 2 scores. I know it seems risky. Of course, that's not even a thought for Coach Johnson. 4th and 7. Wheeler out of the shotgun, looks to the sideline. Wheeler now changes it up. Wheeler steps up, he gets in on the arm, and that falls incomplete, and the Eldon Mustangs defense stands tall, and they give the ball back to their offense.
Wow, big play there by the Mustang defense. Just when they need it, they step up, they get some pressure in Wheeler's face, force him to throw before he's ready. He had a bit of time, couldn't find an open receiver, and the Mustangs defense just gets in his face and disrupts that throw. Big turnover on downs, huge turnover.
So now it's up to the Indian defense to get the ball back to their offense. Only one timeout. First down are going to kill this defense. Have to keep the ball in front of them. Inside give and nothing doing. The Indians all over that is on that play.
It's been a rough tumble game. I see Kidwell walking with a bit of a limp. Koepker walking with a bit of a limp. It's been a hard-hitting, physical game. A lot of intensity on both sides of the ball. Looks like Osage went ahead and burned their last timeout to stop the clock with 2:57 left to go here in the fourth quarter.
So inside of 3 minutes to go, we'll stay right here as 2nd and 9, and Osage now out of timeouts, and so you can ill afford to allow the Mustangs, obviously, to get a first down.
Second down and 9.
Here we go now, 2nd and 9. Inside give to big old Kidwell, and he makes his way up to the 29-yard line. And so now 3rd and 5 coming up, and obviously a huge third down right here for Eldon. And so far tonight,
brings up a 3rd down and 6.
5 of 11 on third downs, and none as big as this 3rd and 6.
Yeah, the Mustangs just sticking with their running game, trying to eat up the rest of this clock. Indians unable to stop the clock the rest of the football game. They're out of timeouts.
If I were Eldon, I'd keep the ball on the ground. I know you want to pick up the first down, but you got to keep that clock moving. And they'll do just that, as it's Moretta now, and he's very close to a first down yardage, and he has it on the play. Sorry, folks, technical difficulties with our walkie. Here, so 4th and 1, and they spot him short. I thought he had a first down yardage, but they're going to spot him just shy of the marker. So the Indians with life. 4th and inches. Obviously, Coach Jolly knows he can win the ball game with a first down, sends his offense back out onto the field. You have to be careful of the hard count.
Yeah, they went to the hard count 4 or 5 different times. It's worked a couple of times for them.
Quick hitter, and he gives it to the running back, and he's stopped in the backfield, and the Indians have life. 1:35 left on the clock. They do need 2 scores, but they are alive, and what a job by the Indians defense getting a stop when they needed it most.
Wow, they haven't been able to stop the run all night, but just when it matters. 4th and 1. Deep in their own territory, the Mustangs go for it, and Indians come up with a huge defensive stop, giving the ball right back to their offense, just about right where they left off on their last drive.
Well, if Osage can score, we'll see an onside kick once again, but first they've got to punch it in. Wheeler steps up in the pocket, looking for Gaines. He's got it! Oh, he dropped the ball. Drake Gaines had a touchdown and just couldn't haul it in. I think he overthought it. It was just a little high. He reached up with both hands and couldn't finish the catch, but no harm, no foul, only 2nd down and 10.
Yeah, Gaines is unable to bring that one in. I think he might have touched that ball about 3 or 4 different times, trying to bring it home to score another touchdown here tonight. Just unable to do so. 2nd and 10, 1:30 left to go here in the football game.
Yeah, but Drake Gaines will be eager to get back and make up for that play. He burnt the defender. A beautiful throw put on by Wheeler, and as you saw, just unable to haul it in. Pump fake now. Gaines had a step. Wheeler's got to run outside, and he's taken down from behind on second down. The clock will continue to move as Wheeler unable to get first down yardage down to the 25-yard line.
A third down and 1.
Wheeler spikes the ball here to stop the clock. The only thing they can do at this point, bring it up 4th and 1.
So obviously, game on the line here, 4th and short.
The Indians break huddle with their season on the line.
Direct snap, Nick Riley's got first down yardage inside the 15, and he will go 25 yards out. He scores, and it keeps the Indians alive. It's 35-39, a 4-point ball game, and I'll tell you what a barn burner partner.
Yeah, I cannot believe these games every year. This rivalry game is living up to all the hype. A lot of people saying Mustangs coming in here as underdog, which they were. Didn't think they had a chance, but man, what a football game here tonight. Back and forth action. A lot of good football, a lot of mistake-free football. And we've got ourselves a 35-39 ball game right here. Under a minute left to go in the 4th quarter.
And a big extra point here. If you can pull it to a 3-point ball game, you don't have to score a touchdown. You can kick a field goal and try to force overtime. Up and good, so folks, with a minute to go, as many times as we thought this one was sealed, we still have a ball game. 39-36, Eldon, a slim 3-point lead with 58 seconds to go. We'll have the rest of this one on Lake TV after this.
Walt, our local Hy-Vee pharmacist. He's highly trained to counsel, support, and care for your chronic and complex medical needs. Hy-Vee Pharmacy Solutions is your complete source for specialized pharmacy services. Meet Amy, our local Hy-Vee dietitian. She's our most credible source of food and nutrition information. She's your go-to for shopping tours that focus on your diet needs. You can even take a biometric screening on site. At Hy-Vee in Osage Beach, our health experts can't wait to meet you.
And we return now, and Matt, we certainly thought we had a good one brewing here, and we do. It's 39-36, Eldon clinging ever so slightly to their 3-point advantage, and now all they must do is recover the kick, and they can kneel it and head on down to the district championship. But Osage says not so fast. Here we go. Off of an Eldon player and recovered by Morgan Anderson and Nail Meat Coffin. The 6th seed Eldon Mustangs go down to Springfield Catholic, destroy the 3-seed Springfield Catholic team. Then come into arch rival, the 2-seed Osage Indians. They beat them 39-36, and this will go down as one of the better games in rivalry history.
What a playoff game here tonight. Both teams play really well and go into the last minute. You know, how many times did we think this game was over? Okay, the Indians are out of it. They haven't had their best game offensively. It just keeps going on and on. And on the special teams, what a great play. We didn't even just touch on that. They just had a huge opportunity to jump on that football. They didn't have enough guys. It bounced right off the Mustang defender trying to catch the football. And sure enough, they rallied to the ball. Mustangs jump on it. The Indians had their chance, just unable to connect.
Indeed, Osage did have an opportunity now as knee taken, and this one is on the way to being in the books. Folks, we so appreciate you tuning in. We couldn't do this without our wonderful sponsors. Make sure you go support the businesses that support your local high school football on TV, and like to give a huge shout out to our entire crew. I'm your executive producer providing the play-by-play. I'm William Holtz, my assistant executive producer and Program Director Ashley Davis, our Chief Engineer and Switcher Andrew Evans, our Assistant Chief Engineer and Field Camera Ricky Smith, the Head Production Assistant, and Assistant 2 Director Ross Reinhart, providing your color commentary Matt Wamser, our on-field production assistant Jonah Debert, our production assistant handling stats Steve Hog Wickham, our pre-production graphics Chase Elliott, and our field anchor, the lovely Deborah Wolf. For the entire Lake TV crew, thank you for watching the Eldon Mustangs. They win 39-36. We have your Rick Ball Ford Lincoln in Sedalia post-game show after this.
It's happening at the lake. It's at Captain Ron's Bar and Grill. Voted best of the lake, Captain Ron's is always a destination for visitors and locals alike. From their relaxing sand beach to the best in regional entertainment, Captain Ron's has something for every taste. And speaking of taste, you won't want to miss the incredible menu featured daily at Captain Ron's. Bring the entire family out and maybe even plan an excursion on the lake's only authentic pirate ship, the Gypsy Rose. Whatever you're craving, you'll find it at the home of the shootout, Captain Ron's Bar and Grill, 34.5-mile marker by boat or Lake Road 550 by car.
At Lake Regional Sports Medicine, we're proud to support our local student athletes.
Increasing their safety so they can compete in the sports they love.
At Lake Regional Sports Medicine, keeping athletes safe and healthy is not just a job, it's a passion.
That's why Lake Regional offers 5 area locations for physical therapy.
And a team of physicians specialized in sports medicine.
Lake Regional Sports Medicine, here for you.
On the road, on the trail, or on the water, if you're looking for heart-pounding performance and fun, head for YC Power Sports in Osage Beach. The biggest and best brand names in the field, along with incredible selection and unrivaled service. Make this year at the lake the best it can be, with a visit to our showroom in Osage Beach, and coming soon, our new relocated showroom in Columbia. Take a look at ycpowersports.com too. Summer fun is just waiting for you at YC Power Sports in Osage Beach and Columbia.
Chances are Restaurant and Lounge in Laurie is a hometown favorite and has been since 1989. With generous portions, favorable pricing, and a familiar staff that treats you like family, going to Chances Are is a no-brainer. They're open for breakfast, lunch, and dinner 7 days a week. Come in on the weekends for the prime rib and all-you-can-eat shrimp. And on Saturday night, year-round, they feature live music with some of the area's hottest bands. And if you stay out too late on the weekend and need that late breakfast fix the next morning, come enjoy our all-you-can-eat breakfast buffet until noon on Saturdays and 1 on Sundays. Off Highway 5 in Laurie, come find out what makes us so special and...
If you're here once,
chances are you'll be back!
It's a new look.
A new location,
but the same family-owned way of doing business.
Stop by and see our new home
and discover how we'll go above and beyond to serve you even better.
We're family-owned. Rick Ball Ford Lincoln in Sedalia.
It's time for the Rick Ball Ford Lincoln post-game show. Rick Ball Ford Lincoln in Sedalia, your one-stop shop for the most stylish set of new wheels. Now back to the booth with Will.
Folks, we're back on Lake TV to wrap up tonight's thrilling Eldon Mustang victory over the Osage Indians by a final score of 39-36. And I'll tell you what, right from the get-go, we knew these Eldon Mustangs came to play, and they end up winning a big one.
Yeah, I mean, Coach Jolly couldn't have asked for a better complete game from his football team. I think they executed in every aspect of the game, just like he asked, talked about coming into the pregame. Yeah. Not only that, they played mistake-free football, played with the intensity that he desired, and they basically came out and played a great game start to finish.
Yeah, indeed, and I'll tell you what, someone that has to be very, very happy is Eldon head coach and Lake TV's Deborah Wolf on the sideline with him.
Coach Jolly, congratulations on an incredible win.
Well, thanks. It wasn't pretty, and it took every bit of it. But I can't be more proud of our kids. We really got after this thing and finished strong. So they had a great comeback at the end, and like I said, I can't say enough about our kids. And big win for us.
Well, I tell you, I was assuming that at halftime you had a pretty good lead, but I was assuming you weren't telling them just to rest on their laurels to stay in the game.
No, we knew, and you've seen what happened at the end of the game. I mean, when you play a good team like that, that's the things that are going to happen. They're going to make plays, and but we got a lot of stuff that we can learn from at the end of the game, especially. But how about the environment, and how about our kids and our coaches? Just did an amazing job of keeping everything under control and continuing to coach and not really get flustered too much.
Well, I tell you what, there was a lot of maturity shown out there tonight in the ability to keep their heads in the game.
Yeah, our kids, that's what we do, and we talk about it all the time. Us keeping keeping the things that we do as a priority number one is the first thing. And, like I said, we played a really clean game, really solid game, and that's why you win games like this at the end.
Well, Coach, thanks so much for chatting with us. Once again, congratulations. We look forward to seeing the performance in finals here.
Okay, thanks for being here, guys.
And back to you.
Back here on Lake TV now on top of the booth as you hear Coach Jolly and his Mustangs going to make their way down to Owensville next week. What a trip that'll be, and Lake TV will be making the trip, folks. So be ready next Friday night. You got district championship from Owensville. Eldon Mustangs an opportunity to win their third district championship since 2012, and it was 50-plus years since that program won a district championship prior to the arrival of Shannon Jolly, and a lot of people around Eldon really do consider him the savior of this Eldon program, and he's had great athletes, great coaches. He'll be the first to tell you, and we do have an opportunity to speak with tonight's player of the game, and that is Eldon Mustang Trenton Kidwell. Deb Wolf has him. Well, actually getting adjusted
Trenton
now.
Kidwell, Lake TV player of the game. You have an admiring crowd behind us.
Yes, sir. Very supportive.
So since you don't really know your stats yet, I'll give them to you. In 36 attempts, 173 yards, and 5 touchdowns. Amazing game.
It's the line. It's not only me. They've been putting in work for the past 8 weeks. While I was gone, and I came back to a team better than I left. It's all them.
Well, I tell you, it has to take so much focus, though, to stay in a game this long and hold it all together and control the ball as your team did tonight.
Yes, ma'am, it does.
And then toward the end, Osage rallied. It looked like they were going to come back, but you guys still stayed in there.
Oh, yeah, we did. This is the last year, last chance.
Right. Well, I know that you got to be looking forward to hitting practice again, though, because the season is not over yet.
One more practice.
Absolutely.
One more day.
Absolutely. Well, congratulations on a great game and tremendous performance. We look forward to seeing you in finals.
Thank you, ma'am.
Okay, thank you. Back to you.
As you hear, obviously, Trenton Kidwell, no newcomer to having success, but after getting taken out prior to that Week 2 matchup against Owensville, now he's going to have an opportunity after catapulting his team in the district championship to get to play that Owensville team next week. And I think, Eldon, as good as they've looked, they really do create matchup problems for just about anybody.
Yeah, their running game tonight was on point. I think if they come out and can execute their game plan like they did tonight, next week, I would say look out Owensville, because this Eldon Mustang football team is on fire right now.
Yeah, and they're doing the small things right, and that's picking up the few positive yards on the short gain. You talk about 2nd and 2, 2nd and 3, 3rd and 1, 3rd and 2, and they're converting on the regular. And I'm telling you, this team had to have had 20, 25 first downs, and of the field possession, that they won that battle, and also the time of possession, they won that battle, just wearing down the defense. We do got to touch on Zach Wheeler, an outstanding game for the Osage Indians. He'll be back next year at the quarterback position as a senior. We say goodbye to our senior class for the Osage Indians. What a run this senior class had. Of course, a big part of that 2014 state quarterfinal team that made it all that way. And I mean, as much as you love to celebrate with the Eldon Mustangs, your heart hurts for Coach Devin Johnson and these guys, because after going 9-1 through the first 9 regular season games and then into the playoffs, you really felt like this team had a chance to not just win a district title, but maybe go further, and so your heart hurts for them. But on the other side of things, you're so happy for Coach Jolly and these Eldon Mustangs, because they've been underdogs, and they've been that way all season long, and they've beat some good schools. They've made some games very, very close. They even put up 24 points against a Blair Oaks team that hadn't given up more than 15 points prior to that game. And so, I mean, this team can play. We knew they could play, and even though 6-4 coming into this game, how about that? 7-4, a spot in the district championship against Owensville, and we are very, very excited about that one.
Yeah, Trent Kidwell came out, had an absolute wonderful game, 5 touchdowns, and I think he really kind of changed the momentum of this football team. They were 5-4 going, at the end of the season. They win their first playoff game, dominate their first playoff game, come out, win their second playoff game. This team is on fire right now, and I think Trent Kidwell's got a lot to do with that.
Yeah, and another player that we want to talk about, quarterback Austin Kempker. We touched on it. He's not a kid that's known for his big playmaking capabilities. But tonight, over 100 yards rushing, had a huge touchdown run, very nearly added a second. And, of course, you talked about Kidwell, over 170 yards, 5 touchdowns. What's crazy is the kid has played 3 games this season, and he has 9 rushing touchdowns. That's an average of 3 per game, and it looks like our buddy Steve Hogg Wickham says that's not too shabby. I think I'll take him on my team. Well, partner, it was an absolute blast. I mean, it was every bit as entertaining as we anticipated, and then some. Now we got some Cubs World Series to watch, folks. We appreciate you tuning in. We thank our sponsors for the support. We thank and applaud our wonderful crew here at Lake TV for pulling off the improbable, and thank you guys for tuning in on behalf of the entire Lake TV sports crew. It's not goodbye, it's just good night. We'll see you next time.
You knew going into this game it was going to be a tough matchup, and definitely they had to fight for it the entire game.
Yeah, I mean, our kids played hard. They give them a lot of credit, love them to death. Kind of just ran out of time there at the end. Dug ourselves a little bit of a hole that we were trying to climb out of the whole second half, and penalties and giving up some big plays and different things like that. I mean, they're going to put you in a bad position. And at this time of the year, you can't have those penalties that are critical on third down long, third and medium, and you can't give up those big plays and expect to win a lot of ball games. So I credit our kids for just putting themselves in a position to try to come back in the end.
Absolutely, and they did. It was a phenomenal showing, and I think it shows a lot of maturity on the part of your team that they stayed in it.
Well, they've shown a lot of character all year. I mean, our kids have been pretty resilient all year, and I mean, the middle mistakes that we made was uncharacteristic, but whenever it's a high-stakes game like this, when there's a lot of emotion on it, I mean, sometimes those things happen. But, no, I mean, I'm proud of the depth of our kids. We fought our way back, and yeah, I mean, we easily could have rolled over in the third and fourth quarter and just called it a night, but we did not do that.
Absolutely, and I know there's a lot of emotion after the game. So what do you say to these kids that had such an incredible season and it maybe didn't end the way they wanted it to?
This is phase one of life for them. So, I mean,
right.
This is in the grand scheme of things, you know, they're going to go off and have families and have kids and be great husbands and great fathers, and that's what we're more worried about than anything. So the message to them is it's about character, and it's about the way they show it on the field, and that character is going to go take them a long way in life.
And they can celebrate their successes because they had a phenomenal season.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, there's nothing to hang their head on. I mean, we told them to show up to school Monday morning with your head held high and your chest out because that's, I mean, you deserve it. So, you know, I love our kids. I do anything for them, and I'm just so proud to be the head coach here.
Well, thanks so much for taking a minute with us. We'll let you get back to your team, and congratulations on what was really a great season of football.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Thanks for watching Lake TV Sports, and we will see you next week.
Lake TV's High School Game of the Week is brought to you by Lake Regional Health System, Burger Smokehouse, Rick Ball, Ford Lincoln in Sedalia, IV, Holly Lift Boat Lifts, Yacht Club Power Sports, Chances Are, Crown Power and Equipment, El Espelon, Lake Collision Auto Repair, Captain Ron's, Eldon Family Furniture, and Econo Lodge.